All right, we are live. Aloha, everyone. We are live and inspired today. We are the gentlemen with cocktails. Yeah, I know. I forgot the intro music. We some sexy motherfuckers. Oh, hold on. Okay, we are good. All right. I was making sure that the sound was okay, but I am one of your co-hosts, Gregory Cobrana, also known as Handsome Cobra, and I am joined today with my other co-host.
I am Chris Schwartzlander. How you doing?
Doing good, kind sir. And you are also known as the Chris in some other realms, I hear, and some other planetary universes. That's
The Chris.
amazing.
The Chris. The Schwartz.
The Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. That's awesome, man. But yeah, we are going to get into a little bit.
I've never heard that before.
What's that?
I've never heard that. That's the first I've heard that, you know.
What, the Schwartz be with you? Come on, man. You remember baseball.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard that directed at me.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go. But yeah, we're going to get a couple topics today, like what the title says. We're going to get into Shazam, the movie, because both Chris and I saw it. We saw it at different times. He saw it at the drive-in, right? There on
drive-in.
State Line. Yep.
Yeah.
And I saw it.
It was awesome.
Yes, it was awesome. But we'll get into that. Also, too, we're going to be going over Star Wars, some of the announcements. We're definitely going to be getting into Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and the teaser trailer. We're going to be getting to probably The Mandalorian as well. So pretty much today is going to be like pretty much all movie reviews. I didn't read a couple comics, but I know like both Chris and I, we've been pretty busy. And it's just like so it's going to be more of a movie-centric podcast today.
Yes.
So. And we're kind of getting back to the roots, you know, just good old conversation. So, Chris,
I would like to make mention of Red Dead Redemption 2 because we haven't done it in a while.
Oh, yes. Did you finally beat it?
No.
Oh my god!
But I mean, I'm to like the last 2 or 3 missions at the end. You know, I'm running around and exploring and having a lot of fun. I'm really upset that they haven't dropped any single player D yet. You know, they're all what?
Repeat that again. You were breaking up, brother. Sorry.
Oh, I'm upset they haven't dropped any single player DLC yet. They're all up the online beta's ass and releasing stuff left and right for online beta. But
is the beta
a lot of
going?
Like,
is it still in beta?
Yes.
Holy fuck!
Yes.
I thought the beta was over. Yes. I thought they was just like Red Dead Online.
No.
Holy fuck!
It's insane.
Jesus.
It's insane.
It's like YouTube. It's like, yeah, we've been in beta for like 5 years now or 10 years. It's like,
but, you know, and you know, it's Rockstar. They had the same problem with, you know, GTA 5 Online. It took forever to get it off the ground, and then they gave all the guys who'd been playing it since the beginning, like, you know, $1 million game cash. So I mean, it was almost. I didn't want to play it in because I had a penthouse and a nice car.
Holy shit! Really, dude? My God, man.
Yeah.
You're like fucking Tony Montana. It's like, man, I had like suitcases full of blow and fucking hookers out the air. I had like 2 private harems and shit. This was great.
Got hooked on the heroin. Ended up on the streets again. Government took my baby.
Oh man,
it was horrible. But I really think that they have a chance to release. And I'm trying to be patient because the game took so long to come out, and it was so worth the wait. I'm really hoping they come up with some mind-blowing DLC. And what I really hope they do, because the infrastructure is there. They've already built all the maps and all the cities and all the buildings from the first game into this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love it if they would just redo the first game at the end of this game because it's a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be neat to run the game, and then you're John at the end, and then you just run the first game through this new world with the new graphics and stuff. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a rumor going around that that Rocksteady is going to do a remastered version of the original Red Dead. Now that's just a rumor that I heard.
Yeah, me too.
And it's not. And I hope that they do. What's up?
Yeah, I do too.
And I hope that
I really don't want to see an undead redemption again. I don't. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, man. Go. You got it.
I don't want to see an undead redemption like they did last time.
Yeah. You just want like full on. What I would love, man, I would love to. I would even be okay with, hey, listen, playing as a Sadie Adler.
Yeah.
Like DLC. In between that time, like where are you?
Yeah.
And are you?
I'm living on that ranch, acting as a ranch hand.
Okay.
I think the last mission I played, I had to go get the guy's horses for him because someone had taken her cows or some shit like that. I can't remember.
So Sadie Adler comes back and she's like a bounty hunter and shit. I mean, this is like you're basically there. You have to go.
Yeah.
And but there's like that in between because it's been like several. I think it's been either 5 or 7 years since I can't remember.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, somebody said
it had quite a bit of time.
Yeah, because it says several years later. So, and I can't remember. Somebody said it online that that the creators actually said that it was like 5 or 7 years after Arthur Morgan's death. But the thing is that like I would love to play that as Sadie Adler, where if they are going to do DLC, do it in between that time where she actually has like a person that she does bounty hunting with. That's why she goes to John, because she's on her own, but she actually teams up with somebody and maybe has like, a love connection with that person. I mean, it could be a woman, it could whatever. I mean, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't have to be a man. But just that having that team up, because you team up with her, so you have that familiarity. It's like, oh shit, okay, so she's used to having a partner and stuff like that. So it's just not kind of out of the fucking blue that she would team up with John to go after fucking blasey blah, And because John needs money and shit, and that's why he teams up with her in the first fucking place. Minor spoilers, but and I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I don't want. I want you to play through it, man, and because it's really good, man.
I will.
It's good. It's good.
I will. It's spectacular. I mean, I know that once I get back into it, it's going to be hard for me to pull away.
Yeah,
which is why I'm hesitant to do it.
Well, yeah, dude, I got really addicted to that game, man. I mean, that's fun, man. I was just doing.
It's an absolute thing.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, you want to play it.
Yeah.
Just to see it, Yeah. Just to look at it. It's breathtaking.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful game, man. Especially like, like your TV, like when you like first introduced me to it, when I was over Halloween. When you had the Halloween party, when you showed me that, man, I mean, it was like, holy shit. I mean, it was just like just on the 4K. I mean, I mean, I have 1080p, but just seeing the graphics on that was just fucking. I was just enamored by it. I was like, "Holy crap, man, this is great!" And that's what inspired me to get it. I mean, honestly, you're like, "Look at this fucking shit, man! Look what I'm doing, man! This is great!"
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it is, man. And
it really is.
And that's why I was so disappointed, man, that it didn't get Game of the Year, man. I understand God of War, man, getting Game of the Year, but man, I really fucking even just the story, dude. Like I teared up, man, when Arthur died and shit. I mean, when he was going out like a fucking boss, man, I was just like, God damn. I mean, and then his horse dies, and fucking he takes a minute to pat his horse, and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's so cool, man.
moving and immersive story.
Yeah.
And for it not to win Game of the Year is criminal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was sad, man. I mean, I have no stake in the game. It's not like I invested in the fucking thing, but I was just kind of like, what the fuck? I mean, it was just that's why I was just kind of.
Well, I haven't played God of War 4. Was it 4?
I mean, it is technically 4 because it's continuation, but they just renamed it God of War. I mean, since you're going with Norse mythology, I guess. So instead of, Kratos it's after he moves up to, what is it, Iceland or some shit.
Yeah, I can't see that having the emotional impact or the weight of the storyline of Red Dead. I just couldn't imagine, and it can't be as good looking as that game. And I'm pretty sure it's not a sandbox game, is it?
It is open world. I mean, it's linear to an extent. I mean, you can do certain missions. I mean, there are side missions and stuff like that. But okay. I mean, the graphics do look really good, man. I will say that it is on par with, I would say, with Red Dead 2, with a Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4. I mean, the graphics are fucking cool, man, and the mythology is awesome. I mean, because they literally Cory Barlog, which is the director and one of the writers or writer of God of War. I mean, he took a lot of time, man, and I believe he said that his wife is of Norse lineage, so, or at least ancestry. So he was, and a lot of the Norse stories are on like tablets and shit, so it's just kind of like, and so like
that's cool.
Yeah, hearing him, I mean, because he's done interviews and stuff, and it's just, and I've seen the gameplay, like literally, like pretty much the whole story, just because on YouTube you can basically see all the cutscenes, all the shit, and stuff like that, and the whole story. I think it's like 3 hours or something. But yeah, it's just to me, man. It's just I don't know. It's just the thing, especially when you come back, man, from the island over there, and you're riding on the horse as Arthur Morgan, and the music plays, and you're riding on the horse, and the soundtrack comes in, and I'm just like, because you're trying to ride back to oh fuck, what is it? That one plantation home, and everybody's gone and shit. It's like, oh my god, man. Yeah, it's like Unshaken by D'Angelo. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's
great. Yeah, the scene where the whole gang is riding up to that old lady's mansion, the old plantation home, and you see him coming down, just a bunch of badasses coming down the lane.
Yeah,
it's so cool. Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That dirt road, just riding, man, fucking hard. It's like, God, man. It's like, some shit's going down, brother. It's like,
like I said, it's the best Western, and I love Westerns. It's the best Western I had ever watched, and I was glad to be able to play in that world. It was really cool. It was really cool, and I got all tear jerky too.
Yeah, man.
Especially Morgan, just a great character. They just did an amazing job with him, and all the voice acting was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good, man, and that's one of those things where, yeah, I loved it, because at first, man, I thought the person who played the voice of Arthur Morgan, I thought that was John Barenthal at first, man, the Punisher, or Shane from Walking Dead, if you're familiar with that. Yeah, I swear to God, man, like when I first heard that, I was like, Jesus Christ, they got Shane, dude. They got fucking the Punisher, bro. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, then I was totally taken aback when they were like, no, man, that's not him. I'm like, dude, motherfucker sounds like him. But
yeah. The guy who played
Vanderlyn.
The asshole that was in charge of the game.
Yeah.
Or the gang. What was his name? Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch Vanderlyn. Yeah.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like
wanted to hate him.
That's like yeah, he did the voice for Dutch in the first one, and the voice actor who did what was it, John Marston. He was a voice actor for John in the first one as well. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that they got those two back.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anything else, man, going on real quick? No, you're good, man. We spent 15 minutes talking about that. All good.
Not really. Other than work and, you know, spring's hitting up here on the mountain, and it's time to start mowing the lawn and everything. So wish me luck.
Oh yeah, man. You know, always, man. Yeah.
I won't roll that mower again. So
hell no, man. Shit. Oh God, no. Please don't. We don't need that, man.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I forget. But other than that, you know, not a whole lot. You?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. Sorry, you were cutting out a little bit. That great chestnut of an internet you have up there, man, in the mountains. It's like, you know,
yeah,
so much depth and range. I know. It's like like direct satellites with like NASA and shit. So awesome, man. And,
you know, I complain and I bitch and I moan about it, but it's still pretty miraculous that my picture's beaming up to a satellite and back down.
I know, dude. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty cool, man. When you think about it, dude. I mean, it is like that. Yeah, technology has gone that far. But yeah, like to me, Sege. So for me today, it's been pretty much a lazy day. I'm not gonna lie. I've been going hard, trying to do things, you know, personal and private. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Today I'm taking a me day. So it's like I didn't go to the gym today because yeah. So basically, I've just been I played pretty much a lot of Division 2. I was telling Chris earlier that it's a great game. I love it. I even got the first Division on PS4. I went up to Walmart a few days ago because I had to get provisions and stuff, and I saw it over there. So I was like, and I played it like once, but I never got the hang of it. But I was like, you know what? Because the Division 2 is set in Washington D.C., the actual first Division is set in New York City. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me give it another go. It was on sale. It was only like 15, 20 bucks. So I was like, fuck it. And no, but I've been playing the Division 2. I love it. It's great. I was telling Chris I got it for free because I've been playing it on PC because I updated my graphics card, and that was like one of the free games from Ubisoft. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, you know. And yeah, it's really cool, really a great game. I love it. I've also been playing Injustice 2 mobile, and I unlocked Batwoman, which that was pretty fucking cool. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get our boy Shazam. Still trying to unlock him, which we're going to be talking about here in just a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much just playing games. And just real quick, I'm trying to get a special guest on, and I don't want to give it away. They may just say fuck no, but I, you know, because I know you're the master of getting guests on, so I'm trying to follow in your lead, and I'm trying to get I DM'd a person who like I guess their content and others I find inspiration in. So when on the other YouTube, so you know I DM'd them, told them about our small modest channel and how we're trying to grow it and stuff, and see if they want to be a guest sometime or any other of their crew members. So yeah, so hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we can get that person or someone.
Soon we have to have Diana and Derek on.
Yes.
Because RobCon's coming up.
Yes, sir.
And we'll both be there.
Yes, exactly.
I believe we're going to broadcast live from RobCon.
Are we?
We're going to try. I think.
I mean, which is great. Which is I do have real quick two minute update. I just to let everyone know, I am getting I actually have a new PC. My brother and I, we're going to go work on it this weekend. So basically, it's going to be my streaming PC. So I don't have to take my actual home PC with me So when we do live streams at Mountain Empire Comics, or if we, were to do like a venue or something like RobCon or any other con, All Star Con or Conapalooza or wherever they want us, so I can just take that with us and we can just set everything up. Only thing that get into Wi-Fi and we're good to go. Now, how well the stream will go since it's Wi-Fi, I don't know. But we will try our damnedest to. So that's something that. So I've been trying to put some production money into the production of the show. So it's like
we absolutely need to do another Mountain Empire Comics show.
We do. I mean, that's pretty much
I'd like to do it back in their dungeon.
Yes, that would be cool, man. Yeah, just so we can have. So we get, because we last two we did outside. Yeah, it would be nice just to do like one, like how you said, since they got like the game room and stuff like that set up.
So some ambiance.
Exactly, man. And also too, it'll kind of cut down on the echoing, and so it'll sound a lot more crisp, and hopefully, and I'm actually, that actually is a really good idea, man. I'm looking forward to that now. Oh yeah,
let's talk to that idea, man. Let's talk to that. We'll talk to her and get that rolling. I mean,
get the blessing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, she's awesome. She's awesome. She's been very, very, very cool.
Yes, Diana Simpson and Eric
and
Robert, her father,
and as a man to the show. She's awesome. Yeah, and Derek, just incredible dude.
Oh yeah. But all right, but
he's always looking after me, so that's cool.
Wait. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said Derek's always looking after me in the comic shop, making sure I don't miss anything.
I know he is. He does. Hey, man, he does that to me too, man. He's like, "Hey, brother, I got this. Put this back for you, man. Didn't know if you wanted it or not."
He's like,
"Oh, thank you." Yeah.
he's like a drug dealer.
I know.
He'll send me pictures of these books he knows I want, and I'm like, "All right, hold it for me."
Yeah, man. Can you hold till Friday, man? Friday. It's like I don't know. Come on, man. I'll put it down, baby. $10 down.
It's like I'm jonesing. Yeah, man. Can I look at the comic today and then pick it up?
Can I just get a whiff of it? Just a corner piece. That's all I need. Just
can I smell that mildewy goodness from Grandma's basement? I love old comic smells, man.
I do too, man. I do too, brother. Well, without further ado, enough of the foreplay and teasing. Let us get into the movie Shazam, and let us review this bad boy. Chris, would you like to start us off, please, kind sir?
Well, certainly. It's phenomenal. I mean, if you're a Shazam fan, it's a definite go-see. If you're not really familiar with Shazam and you want to see a superhero movie that's a little different and funny, you really have to check it out. It's very family friendly. I know some of the language might be rough in places, but I think it's as family friendly as you can get for a PG-13 film. I think it was PG-13, was it not?
Yes, it was. You are correct.
And it's based on the Johns Franks run of Shazam, and it's just really, really beautifully done. I love the now they took some liberty with Dr. Savannah a little bit, and I'm fine with that. It was good. I love the special guest villain at the end of the movie. It was good to see him again. Anyone familiar with Shazam will recognize him instantly. As soon as I saw him on the Rock of Eternity, I was like, but it's excellent. I loved it. I loved it from beginning to end. The only gripe that I had, and this is the stupidest gripe ever, was the fact that they had Dr. Savannah on a live action film, and not once did he call Shazam the big red cheese. I was a little upset about that.
I know. I was too, man. I was too.
That's his old catchphrase.
Yeah, I mean, because that's like, yeah, I mean, it's really funny. Like I was looking it up too, man. How they got it now. Chris and I'm guessing we're doing like non-spoilers. I'm guessing for like the first 5-10 minutes, and then you want to go into spoilers afterwards.
Yeah, we can do. We can do that. Yeah.
So we'll do non-spoiler. We'll just do our general review of it, our overall thoughts, and then like I'll wave my hands or do some crazy dance, pelvic thrust, or some shit to let you know that we're spoilers ahead. Yeah. But no, yeah, I was a little, yeah, it's kind of weird how he got the name the Big Red Cheese, because it was kind of like one of those things where back in like, I think in like 1940s, like Dr. Savannah had a daughter named Buetta. And I was like, really? I mean, this tall, blonde hair, blue eyed, female who was in love with Shazam. And I never fucking knew this until I looked it up. Yeah. And because I always wondered, I always heard him called the Big Red Cheese, but I never fucking knew where it came from. But doing research on it, and you find out that, well, Dr. Savannah was like, tried to make everyone hate Shazam, and the next thing you know, so he makes like this potion or some shit to where everyone hates Shazam. Even Billy Batson hates Shazam, and he's with Buetta, and she's like, and he's like, yeah, I hate that big dumb red cheese, and she's like, yeah, I do too, and it's like, yeah, I hate him so much, I'm gonna turn into him. And because Buetta's like, I wish I could call him a big red cheese right in front of his face. And he's like, wait a second, Shazam. And then he fucking turns into Captain Marvel. And next thing you know, she's like, you're a big red cheese. And it's like, what? And yeah, it's just so weird. It's so fucking, I mean, it's, and I'm just like, my God.
It's very random. It's very golden age cheesy. I mean, it's like the Batman comic where the Joker, Joker's boner, where he pulled a boner. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
Yeah. Back in the day, pulling a boner meant, making a big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And the entire comic book kept mentioning the Joker's boner and this boner he pulled. And it must be in the book 12 times talking about the Joker's boner. And it's a sought after book. Find what issue it is, I can't remember at this point, but it's quite humorous. So I've seen a reprint of it. Of course, I don't have the original book. I don't have I don't have Gregory money, but
who, me? Oh, geez. Well, hey, man, I gotta, I have to, salsa dance with little old ladies, for like pesos on the weekends, just to, have this money for production and pay my electric bill and all that jazz.
Those little ladies pay good money.
I know, man. They pinch my cheeks, and I'm not talking about the ones up here. You know what I'm saying? They got some fucking rough hands too, man. It's like, damn, man, they got my ass. Shit. It's like, they lived through the Depression. My God,
And they're still hungry.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty neat. The Big Red Cheese.
Yeah.
The Big Red Cheese. But what was your take of the movie? Did you like it?
Yeah, I honestly, yeah. Like when I first told you I saw it, I would say this. I was extremely tired when I first saw it. And I don't know why. I think it was because I got enough sleep. I was kind of going through like a diet change, and I don't think that my body had acclimated to it. So at first, like, I will say this. Okay, when I first got to the movie theater, the movie didn't even start on time. And so I was just like, fuck, because they were still doing those previews before the previews. And then I had to wait for like 30 minutes for the preview. So I was like, holy shit, I need to go pee now, during the trailers. And then finally I was like, fucking A. So it's like after 35, 40 minutes of just previews and trailers, the movie starts. And at first I thought it was a little slow, and I can see like some people's complaints about it a little bit. But I thought that it picked up very nicely. I thought it was great. Especially like the second half, where a lot of people, I guess, had problems with the second half. I loved it. I thought it was great. All in all, I loved that it had the big feel to it. Especially there is a part where they go through a department store, and there is a big piano, key piano on the floor, which kind of is very reminiscent of Big. So, and I like
callback.
Yeah, and I like it that it's in the DCEU, universe. So Batman, Superman, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill Superman. It's in that universe, and Wonder Woman as well. So and I'm glad that they didn't shy away from that because and Aquaman too. Yes, I'm sorry, Jason Momoa, Aqua Bro. How could I ever forget? The man. but I'm glad that, because at first, before they did the movie, they were gonna be like, they said that they were gonna shy away from that that Shazam was actually going to be its own pocket universe at first, and that was under Kevin Tsujihara, and so I didn't know if they were going to keep up with that, because in the first trailers you see reference to like Batman and Superman, but sometimes they cut trailers and then they just delete the footage out. So I was like really hoping that it's like, fuck man, I hope that that the scenes in the trailer are actually in the movie, the references that they do of Batman and Superman. And just minor spoilers real quick. Yeah, it is in there. I mean, it's like they even have Batman and Superman action figures and stuff in the toy place that we were talking about. I mean, it's really cool. So it's like they do have those Easter eggs and stuff like that. And yeah, I thought it was great. There is, and this is a minor spoiler, my only complaint about it is that since they cherry picked it from the Jeff Johns and Gary Frank run, they didn't really. I wish that they would have added a line of dialogue, because when he goes to see the Wizard Shazam, and this is in the trailer, he has to say the wizard's name, which is Shazam, right? But the thing is that in the comic, and I know this really doesn't have any credence to the movie, but in the comic book, it says that, listen, look, you need to say my name, because he says his name, Shazam, and he's like, well, nothing happened. It's like, well, yeah, you got to say my name with good intentions, right? You just can't just say my name, and then you just, boom, magically appear to fucking Shazam. It's like you have to have, you can't have malicious intent. You can't have vengeful intent. Basically, and we'll get into this in spoilers, but there's a scene when he's at the Rock of Eternity that the wizard actually explains to him, there was a champion before you, and this is what happened. And that would have been, and if they just would have said that fucking line, hey, and I understand that it goes into the whole thing, because at the end of the movie, he still doesn't have a superhero name. I mean, they say Captain Sparkles, they say fucking all this other shit, but it's like, instead of just saying Shazam, right? I mean, it's like and so that was my biggest complaint, where it just was like, just because he says his name Shazam, he shouldn't just automatically turn into the person. It should just be, okay, his intentions have to be pure to turn in, because even if like magic knows if you're using it for evil, because it's fucking magic. So
yeah. Well, originally Billy Batson, whenever he said Shazam, would change into Shazam and back into Billy Batson.
Yeah.
The only reason that John did that was to get away from the Captain Marvel name. Because he had to say his name. When people ask him who he was, he couldn't say I'm Shazam, because he would change back into Billy Batson.
But that's what I'm saying too, is that, but he also said, but in the book, from the pages of the Justice League Shazam, he actually said, I mean, the wizard actually says you have to say my name with good intentions, and that's like every time he turns. And it also goes into reference as to when we get into spoilers, the champion before, why that would be so beautiful as kind of like a layup into that way.
Yeah, that's.
But that was pretty much my only gripe. If he just would have said something like, and I love Jaimon Hansu, Amistad, if you don't know who it is, as the wizard. I thought he did fucking great. I mean, I love. Yeah, I mean, as an actor, he's phenomenal, and I thought that he did great as the wizard in Shazam.
It was a great film. I'm excited about what it set up, especially when he was talking about the first champion.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, I liked as a supporting cast, John Glover, who plays the father of Dr. Savannah, Thaddeus Savannah. Like the how they set all that up with him, and they totally like took the Jeff Johns run and just totally construct. I liked how they did it. I liked that it was very similar but very different as well. And we'll get into this with spoilers. But I liked how they did, because if you have read what we're talking about, you'll be like, hey, that's totally different. That should be this. What's going, but it's cool how they set that up. So I'm very intrigued to see. And they already, and just to let everyone know, they did announce The Rock himself, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, announced, because he was an executive producer on it, that yes, they are doing Shazam 2. It's already been greenlit, and he was on what was it, Twitter, I think. He did a video and in Hawaii, and talking about it. It's like an 8-minute video that I saw, and but yeah, Shazam 2 is good to go, to be greenlit. So yeah, I thought that John Glover, if you don't know, that is Lionel Luthor from Smallville. He was also in Gremlins 2. He was the what is it, our commander-in-chief now, Donald Trump type. In Gremlins 2. John Glover is like a really good actor. He's the one who played Thaddeus's father in the movie. I don't remember the character's name. Something Savannah. But yeah,
Mr.
Papa Savannah, I guess. It's like, yeah, Mr. Savannah. Yeah.
Papa Boner.
Papa Bono Savannah. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I liked how I like Mark Strong's character. I thought I know a lot of people were complaining about this. Some reviewers were complaining about, well, hell, man, he's tall, he's good looking, he's why does his character still feel small inside? It's like, well, what I liked about it is like, of course he's gonna feel small. Of course he's gonna feel that way. It doesn't matter because of the psychological trauma that he had ever since he was a child. Yep. It's like the whole thing about you can tell a person they're beautiful and they're amazing and they're attractive, but if they don't believe it themselves, the world can see them as beautiful, but if they don't believe it themselves, then it doesn't fucking matter. What the world thinks. What's up? I'm sorry. Did I interrupt?
Thank you.
What?
No, thanking you for the compliments.
Oh yeah, of course, man. I mean, yeah, of course you're a beautiful, sexy motherfucker, man. That's why I have to tell myself I'm handsome Cobra, man. It's like, because I
agree. I agree with you. What happened to him as a child was absolutely traumatizing, and would affect him his entire life, and did, and that's how you end up with serial killers. Stuff that happens in their childhood,
yeah, because
follows them into adult life.
Well, see, and that's like even just psychology 101. I mean, that's the age of innocence. It's like childhood. That's where you do all your developing most of the time. And then, you get into your adolescence, you do a lot more developing. But like the child phase, I mean, the infancy phase is like in your primary school or elementary school phase. That's where you do your learning. That's where you learn from like your parents or learn behaviors from your peers and stuff like that. And then him being obsessed with you just want to get into spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone, this is spoilers because man, it's so hard. Okay, to not talk about this. Okay, so spoilers. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't want to know, please just earmuffs for 10 minutes. So we see. Okay, so it's said in the beginning of the movie said in 1974, and we see John Glover, Papa Savannah, whatchamacallit's brother, Thaddeus's brother up front, and Thaddeus in the back, and they're driving, and he has like this 8-ball, and he's asking the 8-ball certain questions, and then he gets picked to be one of the chosen, right? To go on this test by the wizard. And the thing is that, and the wizard basically tests him to see if he's pure of heart. And the thing is that, and he tests him because there's the 7 deadly sins that are locked away in stone, but the wizard is getting weak with just because of age and time, and I'm guessing he's been a wizard for millennia, and so he needs a new person to take over the role. And so he finds Thaddeus, he tests him, and Thaddeus basically loses. He gets tempted by evil, because basically he wants to prove to his father that, hey, he's not worthless, that he's not nothing. And basically the 7 deadly sins tempt him and say, hey, you can show your father that you're not small, that you are a rival, and you should be, heir to the throne, or whatever the fuck. It's like basically telling him that, listen, look, you are not worthless, you are worth. You do have worth and value in life, and then your father can't see that. And he gets tempted by that, and he almost gets tempted by 7 deadly sins, and next thing you know, the wizard basically smacks his hand away and says, you're not worthy, you're not pure of heart, and then takes him back to where he was. He accidentally causes an accident, a car wreck, which leaves his papa Savannah paralyzed from the waist down. And thus he says, hey, listen, look, he uses a reserve of his magic to basically find one that's pure of heart to go out into the world. And he says, no matter how long it takes. So he goes to a lot of people, flash back to present day, or flash forward to present day, sorry. And so he finds Billy Batson, and that's the thing, is that Billy, and that's what we were alluding to too. He's like, listen, look, I'm so fucking drained, and the statues of the 7 deadly sins that they're captured in are actually cracking. So he's so worn out, drained by trying to find this perfect person through what is it, like 30 years or 40 some odd years. It's like, this motherfucker's like, dude, I'll pretty much take anybody at this point. And Billy tells him straight up, it's like, listen, look, sir, I don't think I'm the man, or I'm the dude for this shit. Because he's like, well, I need somebody pure of heart.
He was a minor prankster. He got in trouble. He was a runaway from his fosters and the orphanage, and didn't think much of himself because he was an orphan.
Yeah, and also too, I like how they tied it in too. But we'll get about his family and stuff like that, his biological family. But the thing was, is that he even says, because the wizard says, I need to find somebody pure of heart. And this actually comes from the comic, where Billy tells him straight up, listen, look, there's nobody on earth pure of heart. That's a pipe dream. That's wishful fucking thinking. And that's where it ties in with the good intentions. Because in the comic, and he basically looks takes his hand and puts it on Billy's head, and looks inside of his mind's eye to see if he has the potential for good inside of him, which he does. And that's what I kind of wish that they would have said. And it's where it ties into the, hey, you got to say my name with good intentions. And he actually tells him the reason why that the 7 deadly sins came to Earth in the beginning was because the previous champion, which Chris and I both know as Black Adam, which is going to be played by The Rock, was the one who used that power for vengeance, and unleashed the 7 deadly sins upon Earth. And that would actually tie into the good intentions part, because it's like the wizard's like, listen, look, you just can't say my name, motherfucker. You got to say with good intentions, because there's a caveat here, because the last motherfucker I gave powers to used it for vengeance. So every time you say my name, it has to be pure, either defending the weak, saving an innocent, shit like that. That's why I like the comic book version. That's why I wish to God they just would have just said the stupid fucking line, which is not stupid. I just wish they would have said it. You just had to just put that in. But they didn't.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying now. I think maybe they should have put that in.
Yeah, I mean, because it just would have cleared up so many. But here's the thing too, is that there are some comical moments in Shazam where it's like he says his name, and Victor Vasquez, the foster father, is putting up Christmas lights and stuff, and he's like, "All right, done." And then he says the name Shazam to revert back to Billy Batson because he sneaks in the helm with Freddy, and then the power goes out, and he's like, "Oh," the dad's like, "Oh man," and so it's like, and Darla's there, which is one of the foster kids, and she's kind of bad at not keeping secrets, or bad at keeping secrets,
Yeah.
so it's hard for her to, because she's like, Billy, and it's like, oh shit.
Like she's the snitch
Yeah,
unintentionally, but
but
she's the
she didn't snitch.
yeah,
which
she's
was
really good.
cool. She was like, you figured it
She
out
wouldn't
on
even,
your own, and I didn't even have to say anything, so I
yeah,
am a good
she
sister.
wouldn't even, she was all quiet. Nothing.
Hmm. Yeah, I loved it. Asher Angel, who plays Billy Batson, the 15-year-old version of him, was really good. Zachary Levi, I thought, was phenomenal in it. I
Yeah.
I mean, the casting, the person who plays Freddy, I know his name's something. It's like, oh shit, Dylan Grazier something. But he was he was phenomenal. I liked that they went to Fossa Central, the high school that they went to. I thought that was great. Giving a little love to Fawcett Publications and stuff like that, because if everyone because he's actually a Philadelphia a superhero. But in the original comic books, Captain Marvel, it was Fawcett City, not Philadelphia. But they actually changed it in DC New 52 to Philadelphia. But yeah, it's I thought the ending was really good. I thought, or like the getting up to the ending was, and I liked how at the end everybody he shared the powers with everyone. So now you have 6 of the 7 members
Goodness.
of the Council of Eternity, or the Council of Wizards.
So cool.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, played by Jack Dylan Grazer.
Jack Dylan Grazer. Thank you. Yeah, he was phenomenal, man. And just like I know he was in the movie It, the new remake, and he played
Yes.
one of the I can't remember what kid he played, because I hadn't seen it, but I heard that he's really good in it, and I want to see It, and I want to see the new one coming out too.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's really good.
Yeah, I know, man, and yeah.
I mean, I love the original made for TV.
Oh yeah, the Tim
movie.
Curry, fucking John Ritter. Oh, dude, I remember that shit, bro.
Oh, that was good stuff. And a very young Seth Green was in that.
Yes, he was. I remember that.
Yep. Andrew Victor Vasquez. He is of Walking Dead now. He plays the bodyguard to the king in The Walking Dead.
Oh, really? Okay. See, I've seen him from Halt and Catch Fire. I don't know if you've seen that.
Okay, I have seen that. I had totally forgotten about that.
Yeah, he plays a guy named Yo-Yo in it, or they call him Yo-Yo. I can't remember what his actual character's name is, but yeah, he's really good, man. He's a great actor. I like him.
Really good, great actor. Great everyman actor. I could see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
The opening scene in the car with young Savannah and his father and his brother was very effective. It was around Christmas time.
Yes, that's right.
Bing Crosby's "Do You Hear What I Hear" was playing.
Yeah.
And that song was huge when I was a kid. So it was definitely 1974. That song came out, in the late 60s, but was on Christmas, all 70s. And I remember it playing on the radio when I was a kid for Christmas, so it instantly hooked me in.
Yeah.
Having the opening scene set in the 70s. And the car accident came as a complete surprise. They did a really good job.
I mean,
did a really good job.
Since you brought it up, man, I mean, another thing I really liked about the movie too is that, man, there are some fucking horror elements. It's like at first you're kind of like, okay, why is this movie PG-13? There's not really, and I mean, other than the car accident, because I mean, it is wicked, man, how they fucking did it. Yeah, I mean, it's goddamn brutal. And then
happened, quiet, and when the accident was over, the music started playing again.
Yeah. Yeah, it had like a creepy fucking vibe. Yeah. And then what I liked about it is that like Savannah was so obsessed with getting back to the Rock of Eternity. You know, like I mean, and that's what I loved about that character is that he was so obsessed with like, no, it's real, I know it's real. And then just his obsession with it. And then him knowing that, hey, I got the symbols right, but I had to do it like I have to write it 9 consecutive times in a row to get there. And he writes it on, and he actually has a fucking special door that I guess is like a magic based or some shit. I don't know, but it's so cool because he has like all these trinkets and all these trophies, I guess you could say, trophies of people's experiences. Yeah, from it. And he's just so obsessed. He has like a room, looks like fucking Adrian Veidt's room from The Watchmen, because there's so many fucking monitors and there's so many people just like on these fucking monitors. And it's like, my God, man, this guy. And he finally gets there, and then he gets the power that because the wizard can't fend him off because the wizard's just so fucking drained. He tries to, but then Savannah gets the power that 7 deadly sins, puts it in his eye, which I thought that was cool. So that way he's like all magic based and stuff, and basically he's their conduit, and that's what I liked about that. That basically he was their conduit, and without them inside of him, he can be hurt. You know, he's mortal.
There were so many horror elements when the lady touched the door and basically fell apart.
Yes, exactly. Even before that, yeah, because she doesn't touch the knob, she actually touched the physical door itself, not the knob.
Yeah.
And just like
the 7 deadly sins possessing Savannah. There was all kinds of horror in that.
Like even the boardroom, like when he throws his brother out the fucking room
window,
like that, dude. I literally, no lie, no shit. I mean, I laughed my ass off, and everybody in the like, like that. And I heard everybody. I was just laughing, dude. I cackled so hard, dude. It was just so funny because I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh shit, this is so cool.
And then I laughed because I was like, duh. You know what? Maybe I need to back up and rethink. It's not really a family-friendly film now that we're talking about horror elements.
Well, and that's the thing. I will say there. I mean, well, like Big. I think it was either PG or PG-13. You could correct me if I'm wrong. But I mean, it had. Well, yeah, it was probably PG-13 because they have the. It wasn't a sex scene, but you do have that.
I'm not sure they had PG-13 then, did they?
PG-13 didn't come until 82, so Big was after 82. I think it was like 86.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see. I'll just check it real quick. Oh, come on, damn it. And it's not even telling me the rating right now. Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
Mark Strong is amazing.
Oh, it's PG. No, you're right. It's PG. Yeah, he is.
Okay. He is amazing. He was in yeah,
it came out in 88.
In the Kingsman films.
No, he is in Kick-Ass. The first Kick-Ass.
That's
He was also in the first.
He was in the Kingdom movies with Merlin.
Oh yeah, Merlin. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Shit. Yes. Yeah, Merlin. Yep. Right.
He's just got a great look about him. He can play pretty much any role.
Yeah, he was also in the first. He was Lord Blackwood in Sherlock Holmes, the first movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor, man. Like he was in Rock and Rolla, as Archibald. Well, another Guy Ritchie film. I mean, yeah, he has a great also too American accent as well, man. Like I couldn't tell that he wasn't fucking British, man. In this, I mean, he pulls it off, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even in Kick-Ass, where he's the mafia don.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He's perfect. He's perfect. So he's just phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I see him in more roles.
Yeah, I like him. I like that he is very. A lot of people see him as more of a villain, but I mean, he could play. I mean, to me, he's like a Tom Hardy, right? Like he's just a fucking chameleon. I mean, he can do, and that's how you can tell when I see Mark Strong. When I see him as acting, I don't see Mark Strong. I mean, I just see he's this person. That's like with Lord Blackwood. Like the dude has fucking hair. I mean, whether or not it's big or anything,
Yeah. I just saw another movie recently that had Tom Hardy in it. I can't recall what it was, but he had his British accent and it just threw me. Because I'm so used to hearing him do it. I'm so used to hearing him do an American accent. I realize he's British. I saw Legend. I don't know that movie. Not Tom Cruise. The one where he played the
Yeah, the Craze. Yeah, I own that movie. Yeah. Is it good? I haven't seen it yet. Did you like it?
Oh man, it's a true story. It's British mafia.
Yeah,
you guys really exist. So yeah, it's very good.
Okay. Yeah, I picked it up on DVD, man, at like Big Lots for like $3, and I have it. I just I haven't had the time to watch it, man. I just
worth every penny. You'll love it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Love it. But yeah, I know.
It's a low budget, but it's a good movie.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, I'll definitely try to get it in this week, man, and see it because I really do want to see it, and it's just been like, well, you know how it is,
so much going on.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's but getting back to Shazam, yeah, there's some stuff, man, like in it that just is like, I mean, that's like somebody I heard on the interwebs. They were like, I took my 7-year-old to see this, and this was not family friendly. It's like, oh yeah, no shit, ma'am. It's fucking PG-13. It's not like, you should at least be 13 to fucking watch it. And also too, it says like nowadays with the rating, what is actually in the fucking movie, strong language, intense scenes or imagery, stuff like that. Nudity, if it's, or brief nudity. I mean, it actually fucking says it. It doesn't just say R or PG-13 or PG. It actually tells you what the fuck is going on in the movie. It's like
I remember back in the day, and this is because I was the connoisseur of the breasts. I remember back in the day, you could almost always count on 3 nude scenes in a rated R movie.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, you'd see a topless scene in a PG movie.
Yeah.
Once in a while, well, you'd never see that now.
Well, that's like, dude, like there's this. I remember the first tatas I've ever seen, the first tits I ever saw, was actually, I think, a PG or PG-13 movie. It was Just One of the Guys. It's called Just One of the Guys, and actually has Johnny fucking Lawrence in it. He plays the fucking dick. William Zabka plays the dickhead in it, and it's one of these. It's a I don't know her name because that was like the only thing she did, but she had some huge tits and a great body.
Some rockin' rockers.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they were fucking great. And nice and big and fluffy, and but the thing is that she was pretending. I mean, they're like 2 big fucking pillows. It's like I just lay my head. Oh my god! I mean, her areolas were all perky and shit. I mean, you know, it's like they were great. They were beautiful. That's how I knew when I popped wood for the first time at those. That's how I knew I was not a gay man, you know, or at least I never discovered my homosexuality yet, you know. But the thing was, is that like literally, it's like towards the end of the movie because she's pretending to be a guy, for her school newspaper and stuff. Because I think she's a journalist or some shit, and she's writing an article for her like her senior thesis or whatever the fuck for high school. And then she falls in love with this real dorky dude. And then, you know, the dorky dude becomes like Mr. Popular and shit. And he falls in love with another girl, but she's kind of in love with him, the big knockers lady. And then so she's like, hey, I have something to fucking tell you. And they're at prom and she takes him, you know, to like the corner. He's like, what do you need, Daniel? You know, I think her name's Daniel, but you know, it's Dan, but she pretends to be a Daniel or something. And then, dude, like literally, she has like a fucking tuxedo on and shit, rips her fucking shirt wide open, dude. And for like a good fucking 5 seconds, you know, you just see some big old nice titties just popping you into fucking eyeball. And I'm just like, God damn, you know, this is great. It's like, and then I know, man, it's like, and then real quick, like afterwards, because it's on the beach and shit, it's at this beach resort. They go back. She covers herself up and she's like, sorry. And so he fucking storms off. Next thing you know, she goes and they're on the beach and everybody's fucking out here. And next thing you know, she kisses him and he's like, hey, don't worry, he has tits. And I'm like, oh shit, you know. I mean, that was great, dude. If you ever get the chance to see just one of the guys, I highly fucking recommend it. It's so awesome. Just one of the guys. I'm so sorry. It's just,
you got me laughing. You talk.
But yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah. That was my little rant. And also too, it has William Zabka, Johnny fucking Lawrence, you know, fucking, you know, Karate Kid. He plays the bully in it, so it's like that's cool. And like he did in every 80s movies, even Back to School, he was like the asshole, I guess, in it and stuff like that. And his name was Greg too. So like in Old School, his name is Gregory. Like my name's Gregory, so I guess I was born to be an asshole. I don't know, or born to like Johnny Lawrence. Who fucking knows? But yeah. So Shazam, yeah, it had those horror elements, and I liked it when it just boom. They just went into it, and it was just one of those things that was like, oh shit, you know, it shouldn't have come out of anywhere because of the beginning scene is kind of very horror-esque. But it's just when they go to the boardroom and they do it again, it's like, holy fuck. And I loved like I loved the ending where you back?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I love the ending where, because they set it up nice because Freddy tells everyone, hey, at lunch that he knows, or he tells everybody and the bullies, because there's some bullies that were bullying him, that he knew Shazam personally and stuff. They hung out and shit, and he was supposed to come to lunch one day. Well, Shazam never came. And then at the end of the fucking movie, Shazam comes. He's like, because you see actually the whole family, Darla, Pedro, what's her name, Mary, and shit, Eugene. They all come to lunch and they're like, hey, what are you doing here? You have different lunch periods than me. Like, well, this is a special occasion. And then you see Billy turned into Shazam, kind of like, hey, I just wanted to stop by Fawcett Central and say hi to and spend lunch with my good pal Freddie Freeman. Me and him, we go way back. Actually, he's the one who actually taught me how to fight and how to be a superhero. So it's all because of him. And oh yeah, hey, look at this. I also wanted to bring my friend with me. And next thing you know, you don't see the face, but you see this motherfucker come out in the Superman costume, and it's fucking Superman, you know. And they even play the John Williams theme right at the very fucking end. Yeah. And
couldn't see the face. Didn't want to CGI out the mustache again.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is that the problem was, I think that Henry Cavill was already, Warner Brothers has said, I believe, or the director, David F. Sandberg said that we tried to get Henry Cavill. The problem is that he was already shooting something, but we wanted to have Superman in it. So if they could have gotten him, they would have had Henry Cavill. And
that would have been cool.
Yeah. And what I like,
if you, and then the I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, if you look closely at the sides of his belt, they're red. Like the middle part, because you know how like in Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, it's more it has the decal, the design on the sides, but they're very subdued blue, kind of like a navy blue kind of.
Yeah.
Like and also in Justice League, there's no, it's lighter color, the suit is, but it's still blue. Well, on the sides where that decal is, or the detailed, that webbing or whatever, it's actually on the bottom where the belt part is, kind of like around his midsection. It's actually red in Shazam, which is kind of cool. But the belt buckle is yellow, which I was like, man, that's cool. I caught that, like, it's really quick. You gotta catch it. And I was just like, man, that's cool.
That is cool. I love that the and the villain I was talking about or alluding to earlier that we initially see on the Rock of Eternity was Mr. Mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Worm, who is just a great villain, a great villain, and to see him talking at the end of the film to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
was phenomenal, and it just smacked of future villainy, just delicious future villainy that you can't wait till it hits the screen. So that was really cool.
That's what I loved about that too. I loved it because David F. Sandberg was actually the cameo voice for Mr. Mind. Because at the end, basically, Savannah lives. He gets the seven deadly sins taken out of him, gets it put back. Billy Batson and the rest of his family members, which is now the Shazam family, because they have powers too. Because he shares the powers with them, so they all can just say the wizard's name Shazam and turn into their superhero forms now. They go back to the Rock of Eternity, put the seven deadly sins back in containment, and they also go back into the statue. And I thought it was very Ghostbuster-esque too, like the first Ghostbusters, where you see like the dogs and stuff, busting out of like the stone. And I thought that was great. That's what it reminded me. I was like, dude, that's fucking Ghostbusters, man. That's so awesome. They fucking paying homage to Ghostbusters.
In case anyone thinks that this is the first time there was Marvel family. The Marvel family has existed since the 40s. John's just kind of streamlined it in his story to make it, all the adopted kids of this one family. Before they were just, people that knew each other.
Yeah, yeah, because Mary Bromfield was actually Mary Batson, is actually Billy Batson's twin sister way back in the day, and Freddie Freeman was actually Captain Marvel Jr. But now they're all saying that, hey, listen, look, because Mary is actually 18, so she's 3 years older than Billy, because Billy's 15 in the movie, and she's actually I like how like she had like college acceptance stuff, and there was like one part where Billy saves her life because she's just not even paying attention to a moving truck. She crosses the fucking road, and he's Shazam, and like he saves her life. Like literally, like she would have died because she's texting on her phone. And I thought that was brilliant because that's just a little like, hey, pay attention. Number one, to millennials and younger people, pay attention to fucking where you're walking, because you can die. I mean, that shit happens. But number two, he saved her. He was being a superhero without even thinking of it.
And I love the dichotomy of her being older than Billy in their mortal guises, but as Shazam, and I guess we're going to call her Mary Marvel.
Yeah, I say Mary Marvel. I mean, that's what I say.
Shazam is older physically than Mary Marvel.
Yeah,
I think it's a neat dichotomy where he's older in their alter egos, but in their regular lives, she's older.
Yeah,
it's kind of
cool.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
the movie. I thought the movie was brilliant. It was a little slow in the beginning, like you said, but I think that you're always going to find that in an origin film because you got a lot of setup to do, you got a lot of unpacking to do.
Yeah.
But overall, it is currently my favorite DCEU film.
Really?
I liked it even better than Aquaman, and I loved Aquaman.
Wow.
I loved Wonder Woman. I liked it better than Wonder Woman. I loved the character. I loved how it felt. You know.
Yeah.
It was very upbeat and positive.
See, that's a tough one for me, man. I'm just like, I'll have to watch it one more time just to make sure. But right now, man, I would say that it's Aquaman, Aquabro for me, and then Shazam. But it's just kind of like it's like on that precipice, you know. It's right there. But I need to see it one more time because, like I said, man, I was totally tired and just it was just hard for me just to get into it. Like at first,
I picked up Aquaman in 4K and watched it on my TV, and I got to tell you, man, it's beautiful.
Really,
it is a beautiful. Oh my God! And I'm gonna go back and watch it again now that I've seen Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
I will give Aquaman another viewing because I love them both so much, and Wonder Woman's a beautiful film too. All three of those movies are phenomenal.
I know.
I think they did a great job.
See, I think I may like Aquaman just a little bit more because, man, it has that very Indiana Jones, that Romancing the Stone feel. Yeah. It just has that very adventure esque atmosphere, and also too, I mean, it's based off of Jeff Johns, just like Shazam is based off Jeff Johns. I mean, they're all like you know, like Aquaman is based off of Jeff Johns' whole fucking run of New 52 from like volume 1 all the way to volume 5, I think. I mean, they condensed a lot of things. What's up?
He's just such a good writer.
Yeah, he is, man. He really is. I mean, and that's what I love about his attitude, because he's like, yeah, give me your C and D list characters. Give them to me, man. I will make them badass.
Yeah. And I mean, his run on The Flash was phenomenal. Yeah. He did such a good job on The Flash, you know, revamping the Rogues and making them a great group of villains. Again, villains with honor is what they were. Yeah. An amazing job on Green Lantern. I'd always loved Green Lantern. He made me fall in love with the character all over again. And he wrote that for a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he made the spectrum, the mythology behind the light spectrum and all that shit. I mean, he's the mastermind, the true mastermind of. I mean, he should be called, you know, Mr. Mind. You know, because that's
his run on the JSA, where he was coming up with new legacy characters to replace the old dying JSA members, or the members who had left.
Yeah,
phenomenal. Just one of, but his Justice Society of America, and then that was JSA, and then the Justice Society, wasn't it?
Yeah. No. He did JSA first. He did JSA first, and then he went over to, because that's where he cut his teeth on, was JSA. They gave him JSA first, and then he went to Justice League.
Yeah, it was Robinson and Goyer on the JSA, and I think Johns jumped on solo around issue 5.
Yeah.
I have it signed by Johns. I can't remember which issue it was. And then he ran that entire run, and then they launched the Justice Society of America.
Yeah, because
he did that, and it was so good, so good.
That's when Dale Eaglesham first teamed up with him as the artist, and now him and Johns are doing are doing the new Shazam run that I'm collecting, and basically, like everything that they're leading up to, because like at the end, just real quick, everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris. Like at the end of the Shazam, like what we were talking about, Mr. Mind, is that basically Mr. Mind tells Savannah he's locked up in prison, and so he's like trying to draw continuously the patterns on the cell wall and trying to get back to the Rock of Eternity. And Mr. Mind shows up and says, "You you you mortal apes are so funny," and blah blah blah. Basically, condescending and talking down to him and saying, "You think that this is the only realm that has magic in it? There are other realms that have magic as well," and basically alluding to the 7 magic lands and or the 6 other ones, because you have the Earth lands, and then you have the Dark lands, and the Wild lands where Mr. Mind's from, and so that's where everyone's speculating that the comic book run now that's going on is going to kind of be like a continuation of where they're going to go with the comics. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris.
Oh, no, it's perfect. Nope, you're fine. I guess we can agree Shazam is a home run.
Yes. Yeah, I will say this. I am definitely getting it on Blu-ray when it first comes out. I definitely am.
Oh.
It's just like I said, I need to see it again. Like, and I probably won't see it again until Blu-ray, because man, fucking Endgame's coming out in like 2 weeks. There's so many fucking movies coming out. But I have to agree, man. It's a home run for me. I will say, yeah, it's basically Aquaman just by a little bit. Shazam. I mean, if I see it again before, it probably will be one or the other. Wonder Woman is definitely like my next one, as you said. That's my third one, and then I have to say, man, I like Justice League.
I do too. I mean, it had its issues, and you know, let's face it, the studio made some stupid decisions.
Yeah.
But the movie as a whole is actually rather enjoyable. I would, you know, if I could go back in time and fix the issues with it, you know,
yeah,
I would. But I liked it. I mean, it was the first time we saw the JLA in a live action film. So, you know, it was exciting. I liked it. I mean, it's like the first X-Men picture. You know, looking back at it now and watching it, it's a shitty fucking movie, man.
Yeah, yeah, you could tell that they were they were like had to make budget. You know, it's like,
yeah. But when I first saw it, I was just happy to see the X-Men on screen live.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I was like, yeah. You know, so
well, I mean, that's like I own Suicide Squad, man. The extended cut on Blu-ray. Yeah. I mean, I own pretty much now all the DCEU movies. I mean, and Suicide Squad is in the DCEU too. So it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't regret buying them. It's just that I just had a hard time justifying paying like $25 or $24 for Justice League. It was just one of those hard things for me. I was like, well, I'll wait until it goes down. And I actually got Wonder Woman because it did so well. I actually got it on sale. It went down to $15, like after like 2 weeks, because it was because I think it came out. I can't remember when it came out on Blu-ray, but it was like during like Black Friday or some shit, or Thanksgiving or something. I can't remember, man. But I got it on sale at Target for $15. So I'm like, oh fuck yeah, because I love that movie. I mean, it was great. And so
speaking of holiday,
yes, nice segue.
What's coming up this Christmas?
Well, we have a little, yeah. I defer to you, kind sir. You know. It's like but yeah, we have a little movie. Some may know this as Star Wars Episode 9 or Star Wars 9, The Rise of Skywalker. That's coming out this Christmas. And I know I've seen the trailer. Chris, have you seen the trailer, kind sir?
Yeah, I'm rather excited about it.
What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was great. I'm glad Abrams is on board. It looks to me, I've said from the very beginning that Rey has to be a Skywalker, simply because the trilogy has always been the Skywalker trilogy.
Yeah,
for the Skywalker saga. And I imagine what is going to happen is they're going to reveal that what Dickhead told her just lie, and that she's actually a Skywalker of some sort, somehow. We'll find out. I'm very excited.
Well,
and I was really excited to hear that laugh at the end of the
oh yeah, a good old Palpatine.
Yeah,
Palpatine, excuse me.
Yep, good old Palpatine.
That's actually Ian McDiarmid. He actually came. He actually was at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, and because they go to black because they had a panel for like an hour with J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, and stuff like that, and then they brought out John Boyega and Kelly Marie Tran, and Mark Hamill was not there. I know. I don't know if Daisy Ridley was there. I cannot remember, but what's his name? Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac. He was there too.
Yeah.
And I think that Daisy really may have been. No, she wasn't because she was filming something. That's right. But they said that but so the green screen goes black. They watch the fucking trailer and then when the lights pop back up again, you see Ian McDiarmid say, and the Palpatine
that's so cool.
Roll it again. It's like, oh shit. It's like, oh my god. It's just like, damn, bro. And
that's cool. I'm glad they I know that the last film got so much crap, and it had its issues. I enjoyed it.
I loved it. I mean,
I didn't, but so many people had issues with it. I didn't. I thought it was a fantastic. No, well, I mean, it had some issues, but the only thing as you know, the only problem I had was Princess Leia, Mary Poppins, or Poppinsing her way through space. But that was the only issue I had with the film. But that in the whole explanation of who Rey was just not convincing to me.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's just one of those things from, I mean, that's, and here's the thing. So I was kind of thinking about this too, and I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Please continue. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So I've seen online that people will say, well, like the rise of Skywalker, is it a new form of Jedi? Is it like a third tier? Is it the rise of Leia? Is Rey a real Skywalker? Is it the redemption of Kylo Ren? I mean, everyone has these fucking hypotheses. I don't really want to call them fan theories because, I mean, it has to be tested before it can be a theory. I mean, it's just an idea, right? So it's just one of those things where everybody has they're playing the speculation game, and it's just kind of, what's up? Hello.
Idea before the hypotheses.
What's that? Yeah, it's an educated guess, basically. Yeah. Sorry, you were breaking up, brother. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Go ahead.
So, and I'm not trying to be corrective, Joe Schmo, but it's just one of those things where I was thinking about it too, because, okay, well, like A New Hope. I mean, I know that it was called Star Wars before A New Hope, because, back in 77, it was just Star Wars. They didn't know if they were going to make another one. But then later they changed it to A New Hope. Just like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It wasn't Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was called fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. Later on, they changed it because then Temple of Doom came out because it was Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. With that being said, the thing is that, okay, you have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, which it was originally Revenge of the Jedi, but Revenge is more Sith. Then you have the prequels, The Phantom Menace, referring to Darth Sidious. You have Attack of the Clones. Couldn't be on the fucking nose with that one. More on the nose than that. Revenge of the Sith. And then you have The Force Awakens, right? The Last Jedi. And then you have The Rise of Skywalker. So it's like, if you want to say that Rey is a Skywalker because in some form or fashion, I'm like, and it's like, oh no, that's too telling. It's like, motherfucker, look at the other on the nose fucking titles. You know, Empire Strikes Back. Everyone's like, everyone all around's favorite, not mine, because I actually like Return of the Jedi better, but that's just me. Maybe I'm into loving murder bears. You know, I don't know. And I think we lost Chris. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, we lost Chris. Shit. Hold on. You back? Hello?
Hello?
Yay, you're back. Yay, all right.
Sorry about that. That was
No,
weird.
you're good, man. You're good. I know we're pushing the midnight oil here, man, because I know you good. But yeah, so yeah, like I was saying before, basically, you know, I mean, it's pretty on the nose for all the other titles. So for her to be a Skywalker, I would be totally, even if, because some people are thinking that well, how did Maz Kanata get the lightsaber from Luke? Well, was the hand still attached to it? Probably so. So maybe Rey was cloned from the hand. So she's an actual. So that technically is her lightsaber, and she is a Skywalker if she's a clone of Luke. You know, just in the female form. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, or even if she adopt the fucking name and she's like, listen, look, yes, was what's his name? Luke was my teacher only for 3 lessons, but still he redeemed himself in the end at Last Jedi. He came back, even though it was more of an aberration, but it wasn't really so much about him fighting Kylo, but just basically giving the resistance hope and spreading that hope, which happened in the end with those fucking kids, and then the Force sensitive kid, the Broom kid, and because you could see that it spread hope that Luke Skywalker was out there.
What's his name,
fighting.
That's his name.
Broom Kid.
Yeah, that's his official name.
Broom Kid. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, I can't take credit for that one. It's just, you know, that's what they've been calling him on the interwebs. The kid who is the Broom Kid. Yeah. So yeah, I can't take credit for that. I didn't. That's not a Cobra special.
Huh. The biggest takeaway I got, the trailer was my God, they had to have made the cockpit bigger for Lando.
Oh yeah, dude, I was so happy, dude, to see Lando. You're like, hey, yeah. I was like,
he is put on a little weight.
Hey man, but he still has that luscious Colt 45 hair, man. So I don't give a fuck.
Yes, it was. I'm glad he's back. I've always loved him. Love him or hate him. I mean, he was a character that you love to hate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you love him in my. When I was and I saw Empire, I was so mad at him for turning on over to the Empire. But I was a kid. I didn't understand the politics behind it, why he did it. You know, like an adult watching the movie would have been like, we did, you know, say don't ask me. I get it, you know, but as a kid, I'm like, no, you bastard.
Yeah, man. I mean,
it's good seeing him.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to say this too. Yeah. Billy D. Williams, he was at the panel as well. Stephen Colbert was the host of the panel. And Billy D was actually the first person to come out, and Stephen Colbert says something like, "Hey, Billy D, was it hard for you to get back into Lando? You know, since you hadn't played him in so long, you know, and did you have to find Lando again?" He was like, "Find Lando? He was never lost. What are you talking about? You know, baby. You know, it's like I was like, God damn, all right, man. That's what I'm talking about. Shit."
He was just playing himself, you know, that
I know, man.
that charming rogue that he's been his whole life. I mean, he's always been that kind of ladies' man, that's smooth.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, and that's who he is, and that's who he played as Lando. You know.
Yeah, man, it's like a sultry fucking voice, man. Just, you know, smooth operator, man. I mean, when Sade was talking about smooth operator, she was talking about Billy D. motherfucking Williams, man. Landau Calrissian. You know, that's who she was singing about, you know.
What was it he said to Leia when he first met her?
He said,
something smooth about stars, and
he was like, well, hello there. Yeah, that's what he says. Oh, no. He says, oh, what do we have here? And then he's like, I am Landau Calrissian, you know, blah, 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 blah of Cloud City at your service. You know, it's like, yeah, oh, man.
All of a sudden, he became 3PO. What happened?
Yeah, I know, because he's like, I can't believe you ever showed your face up here again. You know, you have some nerve. It's like, hey, how you doing, you pirate? You know, it's like, good to see you. You know, it's like,
scoundrel.
Yeah, it's like, and then he said, then he looks over his over fucking Han's shoulder. He's like, and what do we have here? You know, like all smooth talking, Johnny walking, fucking, you know, just a smooth operator, man. It's like. Yeah,
he was just great. Hold on.
No, you're good, man.
What did he say here? He says something that I always was impressed with. You know, some smooth line. Because he's Lando.
Yeah. Oh no, man. Yeah, dude. He yeah. Was that's like Johnny Bravo, John Schmidt, if people don't know. That's his favorite character in the Star Wars universe is Lando Calrissian.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I will say that since I've gotten into Star Wars, I would say that my favorite non-Force user is Lando Calrissian, and my favorite Force user is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So.
Oh, he said, you look absolutely beautiful. You truly belong here with us on clouds.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember that now. You're right.
And then Leia's like,
yeah. Heck yeah, man. I mean, that's just, yeah.
She's like, then she looked at him, she goes, Solo who?
This guy, no. He's just here to do a job. It's like, no.
Yeah, I don't know him. I'm using his ship.
It's like, I mean, there was that thing where he forced his mouth on my mouth, and he had put a little tongue in there, but that was like forcible entry. That meant nothing. That was just him coming on too strong. Please, Landau, proceed.
Proceed.
Oh man.
Dexter St. Jock.
What's that?
Dexter, remember Eddie Murphy? Talking about your girlfriend goes down to Jamaica.
Your girlfriend goes down.
Guy walks up swinging his dick.
Oh yeah.
That's low.
Pretty much, you know. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was the man.
I look forward to that movie. I'm really excited. It's nice to see the Christmas schedule.
Yeah.
Let's force it up. We gotta get it out. We gotta get it out.
What's up? Wait,
right
what?
before Endgame.
What's up?
Yeah, we got to get it out before Endgame.
What's that?
Star Wars. I'm saying I could just see them doing that, like they did with Solo. They forced it out, but they're not.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, because they would, because I mean that's the thing that they did with, yeah, like what you said with Solo, like they did. Sorry, man,
Yeah.
you're breaking up pretty bad. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no,
It's
you're good,
horrible
man.
internet.
No, you're good, bro. That's why it took me a minute. Yeah, it's like Infinity War, and then fucking, but that was a Bob Iger, and Bob Iger actually took credit for that when he's like, yeah, you know, I screwed the pooch. That wasn't Kathleen Kennedy. That was my call. And yeah, and thank God, man, that they're not doing that again. That they gave J.J. Abrams the time that he needed, and I really do think, man, that a lot of people, just out of curiosity, I think that people will just fucking go and see it, you know, just to see how this, and because it says that this is the end of a legend, or the end of a saw, or I mean, basically J.J. Abrams has said it. Listen, look, this is the wrap. This is the culmination. This is everything wrapped up. So, and
yeah, it's the capper. It's the capper on the entire saga.
Yeah.
So
and
they really, he's got to bring it home. He's got to bring it home good.
Yeah. Yeah, and just out of curiosity myself, I mean, I want to see it. So, I mean, whether or not it's good or bad, is, you know, subjective. But just like, you know, my feelings about Last Jedi, and and how I feel in the relation I have with that compared to, because like I said, I mean, I'm just like a person who enjoys cinema, who enjoys the Star Wars movies for what they are. I mean, I'm not a fan of them by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do enjoy them. I do understand that there is that demographic for them. But what they did with Luke Skywalker, you know, I do understand that, yeah, you have the EU books, and people want to see him be the Grand Master Jedi and stuff like that. Or, you know, maybe there's a chance of him having a son, Ben Skywalker, and then be with Mara and stuff like that, or whatever, you know, later on. I understand that it undermined people's expectations, but I looked at it from a pragmatic point of view. This dude was fighting a war for over 39 years, or 30 some odd years. And just because one government fell doesn't mean that everything else, everything's like, hey, we're all free.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you go in and you wreck shop and you overtake a dictator. It's like, okay, you're free now, you're liberated.
Yeah.
But people are like, well,
yeah,
what
then
the
you
fuck
got
do we do now?
warlords that try to move in, and strongmen that try to take over, and
exactly. Yeah, you know,
I personally thought that he went out like a baller.
Yeah, I did too, man.
I thought it was awesome, and I thought it spoke to the power of the peace that he finally found within himself, because he was able to save the hope that is the resistance, and then he just let go. It was time for him to go.
Because if you look in
and he gave himself to the Force.
Yeah, like what you just said, man. I mean, and piggybacking off of what you just said, if you look back at that, he's always been a pacifist. He's always been kind of like a Gandhi type. You know, yes, he has the power, but I mean, he tried to save his father, right? I mean, that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
That he was trying to, it was very, I don't want to say selfish, but it was more like, my fucking goal is to save my father, right? From the dark side.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck the emperor, fuck the war. My main thing is to save my dad. You know, I mean, and if you look at it,
bring him back to the light side.
Yeah, I mean, if you just see it as like, that's his fucking mission in Return of the Jedi. I mean, if that's the primary objective, if the secondary objective is that the fucking Emperor dies and the second Death Star gets blown to fucking smithereens and we win the fucking war, then kudos, bravo. But my mission, my
he's
objective is to save.
He has from the very beginning been a whiner and a complainer.
Yeah.
So the way he was presented in Last Jedi was not out of character for him.
Yeah.
he seemed to like a little bit of. I mean, he was older, he was seasoned, but he still had that little bit of whiny streak in him.
Yeah.
And that stubborn streak, and just but I mean, it was the character.
Yeah.
And I don't understand people's complaints, especially fans of the saga who say they're fans. I suggest they go back and watch A New Hope again.
Well, I
just
think
to see what kind of guy he was when he started out.
I think to once again piggyback off of what you're saying, I think it's that people just they have this mythology in their heads, right? They have this or they have this expectation of like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if he did this? Wouldn't it be so cool if he did that? Luke Skywalker did this. Luke, Rey is this. Finn and Poe are together, or whatever, right? Everybody has these expectations. Yeah. Snoke is Plagueis, whatever. And then when those are actually shot the fuck down, and it's actually it's not even any of those theories or hypotheses that you come up with or ideas that you have in your mind's eye. When those are shot down, it's like, oh well, then it's shit. And it's like, no, man, you just got to take it for what it is, and then ask questions as to, okay, why did they go this way? Why was my expectation so fucking high? Why did I go? Why did I put this so much on a fucking pedestal, or why did I build this so up out of nothing, really? Because you don't know, out of speculation. Yeah. It's a tower of speculation. And it's faulty.
I mean, and to speak what I was speaking about before, look at him in Empire. How much he whined and moaned and complained when Yoda was training him. He was in The Last Jedi the same character that he was always.
Yeah.
Always. He was the flawed hero. He wasn't. I think people have built him up in their minds over so many years that they expected something miraculous. And let's face it, it was miraculous. He reached out across the galaxy, and projected himself onto another planet. To hold back Kylo Dick.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things too, where like what you're talking about, the like with him whining and things of that nature. I mean, it's I think because what's his name, Mark Hamill, he spoke pretty candidly about, hey, like I didn't really look at it as playing Luke Skywalker. I saw it as playing like Frank Skywalker. I had to be in a different mindset, than actually playing Luke Skywalker, because that's not how I saw the character. But I was playing this character, and that's just one of those things. Yeah. I think it's a disservice. Not that he said that, but just a disservice, as where, yeah, man, it's like you have to look at Luke went there to die. He was like, I am tired of fighting, right? It's like, and it's not so much different like when Yoda brings down the fucking thunder and lightning literally on the fucking old force tree, and he says, but those are the sacred Jedi texts, and he's like, read them, have you? It's like, and page turners, they are not. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, and Yoda knew that Rey had him, of course, but the thing is that it goes back to what you're talking about, him whining. It's like, I mean, he's going to he has an incendiary grenade in his fucking hand, going to burn the fucking tree down, and he pauses, he hesitates, and he's just sitting there with the fucking thing in his hand, and next thing you know, he doesn't do anything, so Yoda's like, fuck it, I'll do it, you dumbass. And then he wants to whine and cry about that. Bitch, you already had premeditated motives to do it in the first fucking place. You just fucking paused. You blinked.
I don't think that was. I mean, regardless of what Mark Hamill said or what he had in his mind for the character, that's not how it came across. He always came across as a bit of a whiner.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't a likable character. He was a fantastic character. But I think that the way he went out on his own terms was very similar to the way that Obi-Wan went out.
Yeah.
On his own terms. So, I mean, they almost mirror one another.
Yeah, it's very cyclical.
Just let go.
And also too is that like Obi-Wan was a very reluctant hero as well. You know, I mean, so was Luke. I mean, if you want to see like adversity always came to Luke, and Luke, you know, I mean, during this time, of course, you know, it being 30 plus years, he's a reluctant hero. You know, it's like adversity keeps on coming towards him, and he's like, listen, look, man, I'm fucking done. I just do what I want. I just do what I do just to live my life. And it's like, that's why you see the X-Wing in the fucking bottom of the ocean on Octo 2. I mean, because he was trying to hide where he was.
I mean, that's why Obi-Wan was in the Genoan Wastes. I mean, he was done.
Yeah.
He was done. He was just living out his days as a hermit.
Yeah.
You know? And he never would have gotten re-involved with it had R2 not shown up in his life, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the movie. Trailer's awesome. It looked like there was just real quick. There looked like there was a shot of the second Death Star on one of the planets, like when Rey and all of them. So that looked pretty cool. That, you know,
that looked really cool.
Yeah, because I know that the first Death Star got blown the fuck up to smithereens. I mean, so there's no like
there's nothing left of that.
Yeah. So, because that's what people were kind of like wondering and speculating, like, no, man, it has to be the second Death Star because a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
And also too, it's like, you know, just we never really see. I mean, no one's really dead unless you see the body. You know, it's just like, I mean, that's like.
Yep.
And so whether or not Palpatine's going to be a clone, whether or not he uses the dark side to reforge himself. Who fucking? I mean, I think it's cool that or if he's just comes back as a Sith ghost or whatever, some type of premonition. Great, I don't care. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I can't wait to see it.
So
we need to go see Endgame.
Yes, we do.
You and I.
Yes.
And a catheter.
Yeah. I'm actually working the day it comes out, the 26th, but hopefully we can go that weekend.
We don't have to see it. We don't have to see it the day it comes out. You know, we can see it whenever. You know.
Yeah, I want to see it that weekend, man. I do want to see it that weekend. Maybe
I'd like to see it that weekend, but yeah. Yeah. Was that
we
should see it
28th? Yeah. No, most definitely, man. Yeah, maybe do like a dinner afterwards. Yeah. Okay, real quick before we get off, you know, let's do 10 minutes to talk about The Mandalorian, if you don't mind. If you got 10 minutes to spare.
All right, but let me leave you with this thought.
Okay.
Before we go into The Mandalorian.
Okay. Sorry.
The original Death Star would still have been in existence had they just stuck a couple of pieces of plywood over that port.
That was a magic trick. Just needed plywood.
Just some plywood. That's all I'm saying.
Because the physics and the galaxy far, far away in a time long, long ago. You know, yeah, that would have worked. Yeah. Of course.
Plywood exists. Little bit of OSB board on there, it would have been good to go.
Oh yeah, man. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. The Mandalorian.
No, you're good. No. Well, you reminded me of this because I was just going to talk about the Star Wars trailer. But yeah, they had the panel, also too there, and they had and you sent me the link where I actually got to see that footage, and the stills, and I'm so glad that Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers, man, is in it.
Amen. Amen. I love him.
Oh man, Pedro Pascal. If people don't know who that is the Red Viper from Game of Thrones. Oberyn Martell. He plays the Mandalorian, and this is actually set 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and kind of like what we were alluding to before. Just because one government or the empire in this case falls, doesn't mean that everything is just kind of like hunky dory. No, I mean it's like you have reconstruction. Yeah. So basically, this is that time of reconstruction and everything, and it's set basically out on the outer rim or close to the outer rim, and it's very lawless. So that's why you have the Mandalorian, who is a bounty hunter, in pretty much the vein of Boba Fett. But I believe that they are saying, and I'm not 100% certain, but I do believe that he is an actual Mandalorian, where Boba Fett and Jango Fett were not Mandalorians. They were Jango Fett was just the guy who just had armor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Gina Carano is actually in it. She plays a bounty hunter who's teamed up with a Mandalorian named Kara.
Yes. Yes.
She looks great in it.
And she looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And it has that sci-fi Western feel.
Yes.
That I just love, which is like Serenity and Firefly.
Daniel Brown.
That whole mix of genres is just awesome. It's just awesome, and that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. I don't have Disney Plus.
Well, it's not out yet.
I may have to get Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not out yet.
No. It's supposed to. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because they had a panel about Disney Plus on Thursday. Because Friday they had the actual episode 9 panel, and Thursday at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, they had a panel, and they said that Disney Plus is actually going to be $6.99. Now, both Chris and I have speculated that it's not going to stay that way. That's the initial price, probably like the first year price. Then
that's for the first dance.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's the sample, if you will.
Yeah, but here's your sample.
And they'll probably
it's free.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a minimum 2 drink, to get in.
Yep.
But so it's $6.99, so $7, and tax in Tennessee, because we both live here. It'll be closer to 8, but that's fine. And so $7.70 basically. And what I'm speculating is that probably after the first year they'll probably raise the price up, probably to like I don't want to say probably $8.99. I'll probably say that they'll do like $9 and then probably bump it up again sometime to 10. But here's the thing about it, and this is what Chris and I were talking about before we came on, is that I don't want to get too much into Disney Plus. I want to get back in Mandalorian, but you're not just getting Star Wars or Marvel. You're getting the whole Disney vault. Minus Song of the South, which I don't think they'll ever re-release that. But because they probably don't want to have that on the docket. But you get all the animation, all the animated stuff. They even said in the panel that when Avengers Endgame comes out for after its theatrical run, it's going to go straight to Disney Plus. So instead of
awesome.
So instead of having to buy it on HD, digital before the actual physical copy, you can actually watch it when it comes out on digital, like which they've been doing like 2 to 3 weeks prior of physical. So yeah, I mean, after the theatrical run, you can watch it in your own home. And I know, Chris, you've talked about this before. You have that beautiful 4K, and then watching Avengers Endgame in that. I mean, it's like a theatrical, experience all of itself, man. So
Yes, it is. It's phenomenal.
But yeah, and
that's amazing.
And even like Chris and I, we were talking. I used to have HBO Now. I don't have it anymore. And I know Game of Thrones is on, but I probably won't get it. I'll probably just, when it comes out on physical, I'll probably get the last season of it. But I mean that right there was like, I think that was $15 or $14. But even like with those two, like Netflix for me, they're jacking up the price again, so it's going to be closer to just under 15. So with that, I mean, it's going to be. So I will get Disney Plus. Probably will get it. It's still going to be under $25 with Netflix raising their prices. So, and that's a month. That's a month, and I get the streaming. The only problem is that if my internet shits the bed, or if I don't pay for my internet, somehow, some way, I'm just broke that month, then I'm SOL. So, but other than that, I mean, it's just, to me, it's cheaper. Like Chris brought up a great thing before we went live. He said cheaper than cable. I'm like, you fucking A right.
Yeah. A shitload cheaper than cable. Yeah. I'm thinking about dropping my cable and just picking up a couple of streaming services. I have Amazon Prime now, which is fantastic. I mean, they have some good stuff on Amazon Prime.
Well, since you have Amazon by the way, Prime, you get HBO.
Quiet Place on there now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because
really?
Yeah, you can watch. Yeah, because my brother has Amazon, and he watches Game of Thrones through Amazon. But the thing is that you can't you get all the stuff from HBO. Like Game of Thrones, you can't actually watch it Sunday. Like he couldn't watch it Sunday night. He had to watch it Monday, 24 hours after. But yeah, you should be able to access HBO now or go.
Dude, that's cool. That's cool, because I'm all caught up on Game of Thrones because they have free weekends all the time on HBO, and I'm caught up to the newest season, and I recorded the first episode of this new season.
Oh, really?
But I was worried about not being able to watch the rest of them because, of course, the free week. It was a free week. I recorded a ton of films, but I was worried about not being able to watch the rest of the series, and I'm kind of invested in it. It's a great series.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
just so well done.
Yeah, I think I have the first season. I have the third season because I really love the third season. I want to say I have the second season. I can't find my physical copy of it, but I know I owned it at one point. But yeah, I used to. But yeah, like I said, I had HBO Now, and at one point, and I loved it. I mean, I also, like HBO has like a lot of, like The Wire. If you haven't seen that, that's a really good show. But yeah, HBO has The Sopranos. I mean, I love The Sopranos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Disney Plus getting that, and also too here's another thing that they announced. Sorry, since we're talking about The Mandalorian, they already announced a second season of The Mandalorian, and it's not even fucking out yet.
What?
Yeah, they said that they're doing a second season.
That's almost unheard of. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, because they said that
cool.
Jon Favreau, because Jon Favreau originally wrote, because when they asked him to do a series for Disney, he wrote like 4 episodes or 4 scripts, like and brought it into them within like 48 hours because he wanted to do a Boba Fett series, and they were like, well, we don't want to do Boba Fett. Can you do like a Mandalorian series? And he's like, fuck yeah. It's like, that's even better because it's like, because we can actually explore like, and what I liked about it too, is that basically, like in that little snippet that pirated, because I mean, I was actually from Celebration. Yeah. There's like a clip. It actually says, I can't remember the person. I think it's Gina Carano or somebody says like, hey, you're Mandalorian, these are your people, right? It's like, you're like liberated now, and he just doesn't really, I mean, I think he shrugs his shoulders or something, and he doesn't give a shit. Or no, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He just walks on. And I think that's like so cool. He doesn't care about the politics. Yeah. He's a Mandalorian, but you don't fucking care. It's like he's doing
it's great it's great, and I'm sure Favreau felt this way too. It's great that they're not doing Boba Fett, that he's doing the Mandalorian. It's set in a time period that we don't know much about.
Yeah.
After Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And he can pretty much do whatever he wants with this character and really explore different planets, environments, civilizations, peoples. It'll be cool. It'll be cool.
I mean, he could even come across like
I like
one of Snoke's species or race,
Yeah.
not Snoke himself, but someone of his species.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I'm definitely looking forward to the Mandalorian, and like I said before, man,
it's going to be good.
Yeah, Werner Herzog is actually playing one of the. He actually hires the Mandalorian because Werner Herzog is a person of the old empire, and he wants to see the rise of it again. Excuse me, the Gus from. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Michael Esposito, Gus from the Chicken Man from what is it? Breaking Bad. He's in it. He plays like an Imperial guy, just like a Werner Herzog.
Gus Fring.
Yeah, Gus Fring. Yeah. He's in there. He's a phenomenal actor, man. I love.
He is so good. He is
Giancarlo Esposito. I'm sorry, I said Michael Esposito. I don't know why I said that. It's Giancarlo.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor.
Yeah, he's good,
fantastic.
Man.
But whenever I see him now, I think of the creepy Gus that he played. Have you watched any of Better Call Saul?
No, man, but I hear it's really good.
It's very good. It's very good.
I need to.
Of course, he's playing a Gus that's a few years younger than the one that we see in Breaking Bad, but it's excellent. It's excellent. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm definitely and I do like Pedro Pascal. I think he's it's just even with and they one last thing, they said that he doesn't like really take off the mask, and so it's more kind of like a dread. And I like that because you have that dread feel where it's like, I don't need to see his fucking face, man. It's like I know what Pedro Pascal looks like. If he takes it off in private, and you only see shadow like this dimly lit, and we see like half of his face or like whatever. I don't give. Or if he's like with a fucking Twilight chick, and you can only make out the shadow of their bodies, even better. I don't give a shit. It's like.
I agree.
Because I want to have that Judge Dredd feel.
Yeah. I think that was the biggest problem. Now I love the original Judge Dredd movie with Stallone. I love it. I watch it every chance I get. I think it's fantastic. But the biggest mistake they made was him taking the helmet off. Because in the comics, he's never taken his helmet off. They've never shown his face.
Well, see, that's what I loved about the Carl Urban one, because I actually own that Dredd on Blu-ray, and I love it because of that reason. Because
I do too.
Like what we were talking about, like you can make out the shape of his face right in the beginning when he's putting on his kit, when he's putting on the armor, when he puts on the helmet. You see a side panel of the face, but you can't. They don't actually do a close up, and I love that. And also too, just a little fun fact: Stallone actually wanted to have the helmet on. He didn't want to take it off. It was actually the director's choice for him to take off the fucking helmet. Stallone actually wanted to keep it on. I never knew that. I figured Stallone would. He's the fucking movie star, but no, he was. Yeah, he wanted to keep it on. He was like, no, man, I want to be true to the character. I don't want. I am the law. Yeah, I love that, man. I am the law. I am the law. I like that movie. Man. How he was a clone of Judge Anderson and stuff. That was cool, man.
Oh yeah, that movie was so true to the comics with the kind of tongue-in-cheek sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
That Judge Dredd was more true to the comics than Dredd was. I mean, Dredd was great. I loved it. It had all the comic elements to it. But if you read any of the 82,000 or 2080 magazines, or it used to be a newspaper. It's kind of tongue in cheek. There's a lot of really funny stuff in it. They have an entire series called the Fatties,
which because it's illegal to be in America. It's like illegal to be fat or morbidly obese. I mean, and I thought it was great, man, because I mean, you're talking about I mean, you and I both lived through it. I mean, you were older than myself, but the Reagan era, yeah, pretty much. Well, 8 years, decade, maybe. It's like who can keep up with these days, But yeah, it's like you had Reaganomics and you had all this shit. I mean, you had all these Alan Moore and all these other people, Dave Gibbons, and all these people seeing America, seeing us, the cousins across the pond, and what the fuck was going on, and they were like, how would the future be in America? And this is basically their social commentary on us, and that's what I liked about it. That's why I thought it was like, that's pretty cool.
And it was very parody-like, and it wasn't just Reaganomics. You got to remember, Margaret Thatcher was the prime minister of Britain at the time, and she was very. I mean, she was
the Iron Lady,
the female Reagan. She was very tough, and she was not liked by a lot of people on the left over there, and most artists and comic writers, they have a left-leaning bent, or they look at society and they're able to go, well, this is a little screwed up, this is a little harsh, and they took that and they made this crazy future sci-fi world where some of the most silly things were against the law.
Yeah, and I loved how they drew like Dread's like lower face or his mouth, and you could see like his expression, especially like Dave Gibbons, man. Like when he would draw, it's like, and he was on that comic for a while, man. I mean, and it was so clean and so.
Carlos Esquizera.
Yeah, he was the one.
Was the original artist on Dread. Yeah. And then, Brian Boland did Dread for a while.
I'm thinking of, I'm sorry, Brian, not Dave Gibbons. Why keep on? Yeah, Brian Boland.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Brian Boland's work was phenomenal on Dread.
Maybe Dave Gibbons
just phenomenal. I'm rereading Camelot 3000. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a really good 12-issue series. And Brian Boland did it. I found the single issues for dirt cheap, and I'm reading them, and they look like they just rolled off the printer. They're in perfect shape, and they're on Baxter paper, the old school Baxter paper, the prestige format books were on, and the art is luscious. Brian Boland's art is beautiful, and the colors are just eye catching. I highly suggest anyone gets a chance, don't buy the trade of Camelot 3000. If you can, get the original books, because it looks so much better.
Was he? And that's
they were trying. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. Go. No. Finish your thought. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you.
They were just trying new printing processes. They were using new paper, and it was one of the first. I think it was the first prestige format book, and it was the first 12-issue maxi series.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why sometimes, man, I don't. That's like older comics, especially like the Conan the Barbarian, man. I know we talked about this before, but if you get the volumes, they just don't look the same as they were back in like the 70s and 80s, right? There's a newspaper. I mean, even though it's new paper, it looks like shit. If I'm just being frank, man. It really, and I don't want to spend. I mean, it's color. It's just, but to me, it just seems very plastic, very manufactured, if you will. It's like they're trying to have that original feeling, but giving you that's a copy, which it is technically, but it's not like if you're going from like a trade paperback of today and then single issues that are printed today, right? They're pretty much on the same paper or almost exact the same paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
with the inks and stuff like
What
that.
I've been really impressed with is the new Decades graphic novels. I think you and I talked about them before that Marvel's doing.
Oh yeah.
And they're beautifully restored.
Really?
They're really, really good. They're really good. I'm enjoying them a lot. I just picked up the third one, and it's the '60s one, and it's each one of them concentrates on a specific what was big in that decade. Like the 1940s one was all the Human Torch and Namor fights that happened in the '40s. The second one is Captain America, the '50s. It's the Captain America, the commie buster Captain America, not Steve Rogers, because he was, it was the commie buster that was running around just punching people in the face. And the third one is the '60s, and it's Spider-Man through the Marvel universe, and it's most of Spider-Man's crossover appearances with all the other Marvel characters at the time, whether it be in their book or his own book. All the big superheroes. The one I'm really excited about is the next one. It's the '70s decades, and it's Legion of Monsters.
Oh, really?
So it'll have all the monster characters. Yeah, that looks really cool. Really cool. I'm not really happy with what they did with the '80s one. I think it's called Transformations. It's all the really crappy knockoffs that took the place of the heroes for a while, like when War Machine took Iron Man's place.
Oh yeah.
Thunderstrike took Thor's place. Yeah. U.S. Agent took Captain America's place.
Oh yeah, John Walker. Yeah.
So much cool shit happened in the '80s, and that's what they zeroed in on. Come on, they should have done a mutant book.
Well, see, that's what I kind of, I kind of like. Well, that's probably going to be more '90s. I mean, I understand that yeah. I mean, because the Phoenix Saga started, that's Chris Claremont's wheelhouse, and that's when all that stuff started. But yeah, I would probably the '90s. I mean, because everybody knows like the '90s X-Men, either because of the comic or because of the animated series. So I imagine that's where we're going to see
everybody shine. Classic X-Men, uncanny X-Men, the classic X-Men. When the best storylines came out was in the late '70s and early '80s. And the early '80s was when Byrne and Claremont were hitting their prime. So I think that I can't remember what I've got it right here. Hold on.
Oh no, you're good.
By the way, there's the cover to the newest one. I don't know if you can see it. There's a glare.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But the '90s one. That's funny. It is the mutants.
Is it really? Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody.
Yeah.
My God, I remember being a fucking teenager, man, and like, yeah.
Dude, they had some great stories in the early '90s.
I know, man. That's when Annie Kubert came on after Lee left to do Image. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was just
The Zero Zeros is hitting the headlines. It's got Spider-Man unmasking for
Civil War, yeah,
that's shitty fucking story. And it and the tens, which we're in now apparently, is Legends and Legacy. Oh, it's the Legacy run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'd rather they put out 270s books.
270s.
Legion of Monsters, and then like Kung Fu and blaxploitation stuff.
Oh yeah, man. Well, yeah, man. Do like a Shang-Chi and fucking Luke Cage and
Shang-Chi, Iron Fist,
Heroes for Hire.
Luke Cage, Black Goliath. It's all that good shit that came out. That Blade.
I know, man. Oh yeah.
Before we leave,
okay,
I do want to point. I can't see it. Justice League versus Fatal Five. This looks like it's going to be interesting. I don't understand why they would have the Justice League fight the Fatal Five since they're a legion of superheroes. Bunch of baddies, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like.
But Jessica Cruz is the Green Lantern in it.
Jessica Drew. Oh yeah, Jessica Drew. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cruz. Yeah. Jessica. Jessica Drew is Spider Woman. What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, that's old Spider Woman.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, holy crap. Yeah.
That was a good book. The original Spider Woman book. I was talking to Derek about this the other day. Her villains were awesome.
Really?
You know, Werewolf by Night, Daddy Longlegs. They were always kind of like macabre. Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
Just these creepy villains. But that book, I think that book only lasted, I think, 50 issues, didn't it? The original Spider Woman.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't.
But that's a banner fucking run now.
Yeah, shit, man. Yeah, books are lucky to make. I mean, that's like a fucking milestone, man. Nowadays, I mean.
Yeah, that's insane.
Shit.
Hold on. New creative team. Time to start renumbering.
Oh,
what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like we're up to volume umpteenth, and because it's like, yeah, it's
volume
nuts.
62 of the Avengers.
My God, man. I mean, there's like so many volumes of Captain Marvel now. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just like because they revamped it again for the fucking movie. I mean, it's like, good God, man. Jesus. But yeah, it's
ridiculous. It's redunculous.
Well, hopefully,
I just wish they.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Marvel and DC both like to go back to their original numbering, and then they'll cancel the series, and then they'll start it again at issue 1, and it's just annoying, especially in like comic book databases where you're keeping track of your books. It's hard to find them.
Yeah, it's like technically
which volume is this?
If we're going by legacy numbering, it would be 27, but this is actually volume 3 of fucking Captain Marvel, because there was like a 12-issue maxi, then a 6-issue mini, and now we got to volume 3, and it's an ongoing until further notice, because Marvel, for some fucking reason, they don't say, hey, we're canceling this book until the bitter fucking end.
I use Comic Collector Live, and like that's the biggest problem. Is like let's say it's Nova. Let's just for instance, Nova Volume 2, right? Let's say it's Nova Volume 2, and it runs up to issue 20, and then they decide we're going to switch over to the original numbering. So now all of a sudden, issue 21 is issue 44, right? But it's not found under that volume 2.
Yeah,
you have to go back to volume 1, and it's under there. It's insane.
I mean, it's just so stupid.
Insane. It's a bitch to track.
It's just like, that's what I just. If you're into comic books, or if you're looking to get into comic books, just pick one up, or at least just realize, hey, listen, like, there's a thing called story arcs. If it says like The Young and the Restless Part 3, then you need to get Part 2, and it's probably the Part 1 is probably of Young and the Restless, fucking X-Men. It's probably if we're at 73, then it's gonna be 71 as Part 1, then Part 2 is 72, and then 73 is Part 3. It's like, of that story arc. I mean, it's like you don't have to go back all the fucking way to the beginning. No. You just, you just jump in it. I mean, it's like I would say this to anybody: try to get the story arc, because no one likes to be dropped in the middle of something. But sometimes, as life is, we're all dropped in the middle of our own story, because we're not fucking because we're birthed, you know, so it's kind of like we're just dropped in the universe. We're not never dropped into the beginning of the universe. I mean,
nope.
That's I mean that's just how I see it. And take a chance. I mean, if an issue doesn't grab you, then it's cool. It's you know, $4, $3. You know, it's like you're just out $3 or $4. Or if you can get it, or if it's a back issue, then $1, $2. You know.
Yeah.
But anything else, man? You want to? I know you got to get going, man. And I'm so sorry, man, that we ran a bit long.
Dude, it doesn't matter. I had a great time, and like I always do, and you know, it felt like time didn't pass at all. So that it's cool. The only reason I had given myself a time constraint tonight was because I was tired and I didn't think I'd be able to keep going, but I'm good to go. So I do have to get off of here soon because I've got to work. And wait a minute.
Oh yeah, sorry. I gotta. No. I was gonna say no. I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, I got stuff I got to do too, man. For the morning as well, man. So yeah, but no, man. But yeah, please. Final thoughts.
Go see Shazam. You will love it. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2,
yeah.
You know, I'm going to try to make it a point to mention that on every single show now.
We should. I mean, we had it going for a good bit, and I don't know what happened.
We did. I think we did like 5 episodes where we talked about it.
I'll take responsibility for that. I dropped the ball on that one. I'll take responsibility. That's my bad. I'll try.
No. That was both of us. You know, Mandalorian looks great. Star Wars looks promising.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it looks great because you can't really tell anything from a teaser trailer. It's a teaser trailer, you know. I'm just hoping it's good, and I really look forward to Endgame, and we have to go see it.
Yes.
We got to go see it. We got to talk about it.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, we will. I'll link up with you, and I promise I'll try to make it a point so we both can see it. If Kelly wants to go, she can feel free. You know.
Yeah.
And maybe we can do a dinner or something afterwards. You know.
Speculate
on, discuss.
I'm sure she won't want to go.
Okay.
I'm sure she won't want to sit through a 3-hour superhero movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was up for that type of action.
Yeah.
But okay.
I will be bringing a giant 32-ounce cup to pee in.
Mm-hmm. And the catheter. Don't forget that.
I can't believe that they don't have the decency to put an intermission in there.
I know, man. That's what I just don't. They should at least just give you like 10 minutes to stretch your legs, you know, or some shit.
I mean, back in the old days, Ben-Hur, Moses, all those 3-hour movies, they had intermissions in.
Yeah. Gone with the Wind had intermission. I remember that because my mom's, man, she used to have that shit on VHS.
Yeah, that's for getting up and peeing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe getting another snack. But no, they gotta be dicks.
Yeah.
It's a marathon. It's a bladder marathon.
Oh, geez.
I'm not drinking any water that day.
See, that's what I mean, dude. I have the bladder of a 90-year-old lady, man. So I was like, I can't drink anything when I go in or eat because if I eat, I'm gonna want to drink something. That's the problem. It's like that's why I'm just like, hey, you good? Yeah, dude. Because if I start fucking, drinking something, I'm gonna start peeing, or I'm gonna piss myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I drink so much water now. Now that I'm working outside all the time, I drink tons of water.
Yeah,
I pee all the time.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine trying to sit through a 3-hour movie without going to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that, man. Yeah. Yeah, because
God forbid I get diarrhea or something.
Yeah, they said they did say the end game was supposed to be like 3.5 hours. So I mean, they're not skipping on time. They said that we got some story to fucking tell still. So it's like,
dude, when it comes out in 4K,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have you over and we're gonna watch them back to back.
Oh, Infinity War and Endgame, yeah.
We'll have a 6-hour movie marathon.
Fuck yeah, man! I'll bring Watson, man. Fucking we'll make it a party, man.
get some popcorn and some snacks.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, some sodas. See, we can drink soda then because all we got to do is hit the pause button.
Exactly. You know, it's like shit. You don't miss anything, man. Yeah, because
Gotta
like,
pee, hit the pause button.
real quick, man, before we get off, like Kevin Feige has come out and said that after Endgame, that they already have a 5-year plan after Endgame. So this ain't the end. He just said this is the end of the Thanos saga. This ain't the end of the Marvel fucking universe. You know, we have 5 more fucking years planned out, and then probably some more after that. So it's like,
I'm kind of excited, but I'm also kind of concerned because I mean, I'm getting superhero fatigue.
I really, you are?
Yeah, I'm a huge comic fan, but it seems like every single movie, except for this Endgame and Infinity War, which have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
It seems like they're all the same film, you know, especially the single hero movies. Yeah, I just hope that I'd love to see something original. And I have high hopes that Marvel will be able to do that. I'd love to see a good Fantastic Four film. I'd love to see a more canon-esque X-Men movie. But you know, who knows? I heard that next X-Men film is just
Dark Phoenix
getting some abysmal press. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just abysmal.
So oh yeah, I mean
see.
it's oh yeah, was it Simon Kinberg? I mean, he's a producer known for like Star Wars and the X-Men films, but he's a first-time director, and also too, like a lot of people are saying that it's just X-Men 3: The Last Stand reduxed, you know, with other characters, but pretty much the same beats. You know, it's just what if we had him out in space instead of on Earth for a minute, and she gets the powers of the Phoenix from space. You know, but I mean, it's not like they're.
You mean like the original comic?
Yeah, but not like really. And they're talking about like what's her name, Jessica Chastain's character not being Shiara, but Songbird, Lalandra's sister, Songbird. I don't know.
Deathbird.
So this is all speculation. Yeah, Deathbird. Sorry. What did I say? Songbird, Deathbird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but I don't know. But yeah, from what like what you were saying, I mean, a lot of critics or a lot of people who are involved in it are just saying it's a fucking dumpster fire. So, and honestly, that's one I'm not
understand. I don't understand why they would go back to the well for the Dark Phoenix story again, since they basically already did it in this universe, even though it's an altered timeline.
Yeah, I mean, I do see. I don't know, man. It's just it's so.
There's so many X-Men stories to draw from.
I just don't see why you just don't do the Phoenix saga first and then do Dark Phoenix instead of just saying. I mean, I can understand.
Yeah.
I have to see. Literally, I have to see the movie because I can speculate that, well, maybe she was easily corrupted because, I mean, from the trailers, it looks like Xavier knew that she had these psychic abilities. He had to put locks on her, basically like The Last Stand did, where he explains it all again, or the first time, and now they're explaining it fucking again. Except apparently Jean Grey kills Mystique and Jennifer Lawrence. So thank goodness, because I'm just tired of seeing Jennifer Lawrence in that fucking role because she doesn't want to play that character. And it's like, and I'm like, hey, if you don't want to put on the blue like Rebecca Romaine Stamos did, then fucking A, man. Then just don't play don't come back. I don't need just have another fucking actress. Someone who could probably act better and is cheaper. It's like, because, and I'm not saying that
let's face it,
isn't a good actress, but she. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm quite frankly tired of seeing Jennifer Lawrence naked anyway.
All right. Did you see them pics? See, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the internet.
But see, I'm not. I don't really care. I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean,
Yeah,
I like Jennifer Lawrence, man. I've seen her in Winter's Bones. I mean, she's a phenomenal fucking actress, man. And I'm not taking anything away from her. I mean, and I loved
yeah.
her. I loved her in what was it? Silver Linings Playbook. You know, her and Bradley Cooper. They had amazing chemistry in that. She's a great actress, man. I've seen her when she gives
Oh,
a.
yeah.
But I mean, it's like those
Yeah.
ever since like what was it? X-Men. Ah, shit. Apocalypse or
Days of Future Past.
yeah, or whichever fucking one it was, man, where she just stopped giving a fuck. I mean, X-Men First Class, she actually gave a shit, you know, and that's like I like that. But
Yeah.
ever since after that, it was just a little more of like, okay, I'm just fucking kind of going through the motions. And then it's just like the Apocalypse, she was barely in, she was more human all the time than in the Blue, and I'm just like, all right, dude, it's like, yeah, I'm just over her, man.
Yeah, I was really worried about X-Men First Class and the movies that followed because they're so far out of canon that they're almost unrecognizable. But I was happily surprised that I enjoyed the films. They were well done.
Yeah. Well, see, what I like to, what I like,
Being a huge old school X-Men fan, I was really concerned, but I liked them.
yeah. I mean, I have, well, I have all of them. Yeah. I mean, I have
I did too.
First Class, all the newer ones, I should say. I don't have the original X-Men
Yeah.
or two or the
I
last
have
one.
all of them. I got all 6 of them on Blu-ray for like $30.
Oh, really? Oh, you got the collection?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I liked X-Men First Class. I mean, that's what kind of got me back in it because of Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn, he's the one who did Kingsman. He also he was originally supposed to do Man of Steel, Superman. He wanted to do a Superman. That's who they were going to tap before Zack Snyder was signed on. But yeah, he's a phenomenal director. Damn, there was another movie he did. Oh, I think he did Real Steel. I could be wrong, but I can't. He did
I
another.
enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, Real Steel. I love Real Steel, man. A lot of people don't give it enough
Yeah.
credit, dude. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I like
that was
the chemistry.
Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, the chemistry with Hugh Jackman and Evangeline Lilly, man. I mean, it's fucking great. I mean, I loved it. You know,
Excellent.
and I like the kid too.
Excellent.
His chemistry with the kid in it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
fun. I mean,
the kid was a great actor too.
Yeah,
a great actor.
He wasn't fucking annoying or anything. Because man, that's always my problem with like real young child actors is that you get the fucking Anakin Skywalker. I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about Jake Lloyd or anything, but that kid, man, like that, you know, and I feel really terrible, man, for him because of he has fucking like mental issues, man. Like he's been imprisoned and has been through depression and all this stuff. And I'm not trying to talk bad about it, but yeah, man, Jake Lloyd, yeah, dude, that dude has. I think he tried to commit suicide. At one point, he suffers from bipolarism, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking shit. I mean, that dude, he has, and I feel terrible for him, and I'm not talking down on him or anything like that.
Yeah.
I truly do feel sad for the kid, and but him being like, wow, R2. This is great. You know, it's like, oh my Christ. You know, it's like just watching it, you know, the Phantom Menace.
That's not the kid's fault.
It's just like, Jesus, this kid.
That's the director's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is true. I mean, yeah.
Most bad acting in films, you know, with the exception of someone being just a bad actor, is the result of bad directing, not being able to pull that character out of someone who is more than capable of delivering the character. You know, I've seen that a lot of times with actors and actresses that are just amazing actors, and then they'll be on a movie, and you're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This isn't. This is horrible. And that's usually the director's fault. They just they couldn't wring those emotions out of the actor, and that's the director's job.
Yeah.
To tell him what he wants to see, and make him do it again, and make him do it again until they get it right.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like going full circle, man, to Shazam. Like, I mean, I know they're teenagers, but they're still child actors, man. But
Yes.
like uh, uh, Grazer, man, Jack Dylan Grazer. I can't remember his name, but guy Freddie Freeman. I mean, like just the way. I mean, normally a person who's like that. I mean, I'm kind of like that too. You're annoying as shit, just talking all the time and stuff like that. I mean, it's very annoying. But the way he played it wasn't annoying. I never felt like, oh my god,
it was convincing.
Yeah, it was.
It was convincing. You bought him as a real person.
Exactly.
The little girl, what was her name? Darlene?
Darla.
The little girl?
Mm-hmm.
Darla. She was perfect. She was adorable.
Yes.
She wasn't annoying. She felt like a real person.
Even when
not like a caricature of a person.
Exactly. Even the lady who played her at the end, like her superhero, her adult version, her superhero version, like she was convincing too, that you could actually see this actress as Darla, like the way to help those people and stuff like that, and just like her.
You saw a little kid in her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brilliantly directed. Who directed that?
I mean, yeah. That's why once again, man, it's like, dude, just that's why I like talking about this, because I see different things and different stuff that, well, let me ponder on that a little bit. Yeah, and then I either sometimes hype myself up, get myself, I'm like, yeah, second thought about it, or sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's very interesting. I never saw it like that. I have to ponder about that and reevaluate, my look on it, and see it and watch it again, and
I'm the same way.
That's why I like talking about this stuff, with people.
Yeah, me too.
Not to
Absolutely.
agree or disagree or to have like conflicting or have a debate. No, it's just to see different angles and to get different points of views, and to hopefully brainstorm and see things in a different light, and maybe. What's up? Go ahead, please.
Glass is on Blu-ray, so if you want to rent it from Redbox, you can check it out now.
Yeah, I thought, because I saw like a commercial. I didn't know if it was the digital copy or if it was actually out.
Yeah,
physical.
I saw it at the Redbox today when I drove by.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
I was like, I won't
smash it. You're like, damn you, Glass.
I'm not renting that fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to see it. I do want to see it, and I do want to, because I know.
I think once you see it, I think you'll agree with me if they just a little bit more, and it would have been. It was this far from perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just this far,
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that we can do. Yeah. Like I'll try to rent it from Redbox, and
check it out.
And I'll give you my my 2 cents, my 2 bits on it.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
But yeah, I mean,
the acting was great. Like we talked about before, I loved it, except for there was just a little bit at the end that they could have added on to make it spectacular. So
yeah, and it's like what we were talking about too. It's very hard to actually like debate a top. Like I can say, well, I can see what they were going for, and on paper, right? But if you don't if I don't physically see it, I can't say that. Well, he executed it good, or like, oh, fuck no, he didn't execute it. I mean, on paper it looked great, but execution-wise, fuck that. You're absolutely right, Chris. See, like without me actually seeing it, like it's hard for me to debate a topic. It's just
But that's like I got what he was going for.
Yeah.
I got what he was going for. I just thought it fell a little short.
Yeah.
It was like he almost got to the goal line and he dropped the ball right there.
Deshaun Jackson, man, 1 yard line. What the fuck?
What the hell?
Spiking the ball,
all right, man.
1 yard line, man. Deshaun Jackson.
All right, man. I gotta.
All right, I'm sorry, man.
I've been moving the camera this entire show.
I'm sorry.
And not even realizing it. I've got to set this on a more solid surface. I'm sitting in my recliner because I'm tired.
Well, hey man, I mean the picture looks better, and also too, it's like your stream is like cleared up. So, hey man, whatever you're doing, I guess like the shaky cam is working, for you. But no, I bet but I know we gotta go. So yeah, because it's almost 10, man. We're burning
Hey, look,
the oil, man.
Look, it's a lost footage. It's a found footage horror film. Look.
Oh shit. It's a part of the Cloverfield paradox universe now. J.J. Abrams.
I'm so tired of found footage films, man. They just did that to death, didn't they?
I will say though, man, Chronicle is the best one. I will say that's the
really
only
good
one that I will give credence to, and that's
really
the one
good.
I like. I will say
that was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
it was surprisingly good.
I was very skeptical, man, because I was on leave when that came out, and visiting my brother Larry in Stanford, Florida, and his daughter, my niece, she was going to go see the movie Chronicle, and I'm like, Chronicle? What the fuck is that? And she's like, oh, this is found footage movie. I'm like, oh, okay, Jesus, and the next thing you know, it's like I'm watching him, and then I'm like, out of the fucking blue, it's on whatever, and the next thing you know, like I'm like, this Chronicle ain't that damn bad. Hell, I kind of like
it was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
I saw it. I took my daughter and we saw that together. And I enjoyed it.
Really, yeah.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Let me close it out properly.
Absolutely.
We'll start winding down now, people. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris, and everyone. Thank you so much for excellent. But yes, thank you all for joining us and the future views as well. And as always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Give us up that thumbs up and share with your friends and everyone. As always, love to all. God bless and aloha.
God bless. Thanks.
Yep.